We'll find out.
All right. Let's see if we got it.
It looks like we're already up.
All right. Let me refresh one more. Oh, yep, there we go. Are we making noise?
Yep, we're making noise. Everybody's coming through. Yeah, sometimes I have to stop for a second and just listen to, like, hear your voice and then my voice coming through there.
Yeah. All right, so it's definitely coming through on the YouTube?
It's coming through on the YouTube.
All right.
Everything should be just fine there. What was that? What was the other thing I was thinking? Apparently not important.
I'm assuming you're talking. You were thinking about the Lions Packers game tonight.
Oh, is that a big thing going on right now?
Yeah, well, for me it is. I mean, I've been a Lions fan for a long time.
Oh, okay. Because
they've been like the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was super into the 49ers, and that's all I know. So.
Yeah, they're really, really good. Yeah, they could very well win the Super Bowl. But no, the Lions, like over the last 30 years or so, back when I was a fan, like, and I became a fan, it's when like Barry Sanders was playing there, and they actually made the playoffs and shit. Over the last 30 years or so, they've been like the worst team. It's like kind of between them and Cleveland, the Browns.
Okay.
So, like, what's the shittiest fucking team over the last 30 years or so? But this year they finished last year really well. And then this year, first game of the season, they beat the defending Super Bowl champions in their building, like in Kansas City.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, they might actually be good. They'll probably, fuck it up because it's what the Lions always do. But,
so you don't have a lot of faith. You're like, it's exciting, but yeah, I'm going to get fucked to the end because these are a terrible team and I love them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, that's the thing, dude. That's it's an odd. I'll get off of the actual football aspect and get to the kind of psychological thing. It's the fan base of Detroit, the Detroit Lions, is fascinating because they're everyone is either incredibly pessimistic and thinking they're gonna fuck it up because that's what happens because they've been so bad for so long, or delusionally optimistic. And there's like it's one or the other.
Work this time.
Hardly anyone.
It's gotta. I mean, the law of averages says they gotta win a game now, boss.
Yeah, dude, it's funny because like there's a couple that were friends with my ex's uncle, and they're from Detroit, so they're Lions fans too. And I think it was right at the beginning of the season, going into a game, and they're like, it was like a week, a few days, week before the game starts, and I knew the team was fucking horrible, right? Like, like sometimes you just know the team's gonna suck, and especially with the Lions because they have for so long. Anyways, dude, they're like, yeah, so the Lions gonna win this week, and win on Sunday, and I'm like, probably not. And they're like, what do you mean, man? And I'm like, oh, you're one of those. Okay. So yeah, it's literally it's an interesting thing because literally everyone, like, there's hardly anybody that's kind of in between. There's those two polar opposites. They're gonna fuck it up, or we're gonna win the Super Bowl even though we've lost.
This time
they were the first team to ever lose all 16 games in the season.
Oh wow!
The Browns have done it since then, but yeah, they're the first game to have a winless regular season. Back about 10, 15 years ago. Like I said, the Browns are the other team that's managed to do it since then. So again, and what's funny is both of those teams look like they're actually pretty good this year. So it seems apocalyptic. Like, it seems like something that's, again, like a harbinger of, the apocalypse about to happen.
So we should be looking for bad tidings. Like, did you know?
Yeah.
I was thinking that Elon Musk fired the election information team because he's like he fired them based on their corruption during the last election.
Oh wow!
Like, just openly was like, you tried to influence it, so you're out. It's like, holy shit, that's kind of
nice.
a pretty big statement
fucking
out
amazing.
there.
Yeah, I wish he would get over his Alex Jones hatred so I can like really like him.
Oh, why does he hate Jones? Did Jones do some weird
Alex Jones
story
killed
about
his child.
him? Wait, what?
Yeah, no, Alex Jones personally killed his child. No, I'm not. It's fucking. I don't know what happened. One of Musk's kids died somehow. I think it might have been in some kind of school shooting. I've never actually looked it up, but yeah, so it's fucking stupid, dude.
So Musk is just like,
let me see. Actually, I never looked at
for some reason. And it has to do with his kid, but we're not entirely sure what, like, the actual hate is from.
Alright, yeah, it's something weird about his kid dying, and he's somehow mad at Alex Jones about that. I guess maybe because of the school shooting thing? I'm not really sure. Hold on, I'm actually trying to look up. 10 weeks old. What the fuck? This can't be it. Okay, after Mr. Musk used our son Nevada Alexander's death to explain his reasoning for keeping Sandy Hook denier Alex Jones off the social media site, Justine Musk swooped in and disputed his claim that their son died in his arms. So basically the son died in her arms. Okay. Okay.
So he denies...
So basically because of the shit he said about Sandy Hook. But he brought up like his dead kid, like that has something to do with it. Yeah, my firstborn child died in my arms, which apparently he didn't. Okay, I felt his last heartbeat. I have no mercy for anyone who would use the deaths of children for gain, politics, or fame. It's stupid.
Except that's
right?
not what Alex Jones ever did. He never at any
point. Am I wrong?
He never at any point did that.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Like, he's just, that's
just
saying, like, because I listened to some clips and I didn't understand the full meaning of what he was saying.
Yeah.
Because Alex Jones does a lot of, like, shit where he's just being goofy and silly.
Yeah,
and then that gets taken way out of context. And because it's sort of, like, gruff sort of mannerisms, I think people take a lot of, some of the stuff that he's saying and, like, absolutely not at all serious, like, way, way too, like, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. I still can't believe that he fucking owes 1.44 billion was awarded to the families. I could not believe that fucking happened, dude. Like the judge, it's so obvious. I don't know if you ever followed that trial at all. Or
he didn't even get he didn't even get the standard rights in the trial.
Yeah,
what amazes me is that could happen
dude.
in Texas, where they literally just like railroad this dude who'd done like nothing wrong, like literally had done nothing illegal or wrong.
Yeah, well,
harmful to anyone.
It wasn't in.
He made
Texas,
a mistake.
Texas. I mean, that's going to be Austin.
He made a mistake in what he was saying, and he admits openly that he made that mistake, and he apologized for making that mistake. But like he just. Literally, he's a member of the press.
Odd.
There's nothing he can't allow people to just randomly like sue people because they don't like somebody.
Yeah, I assume what he did. Yeah, I assume what he did was say what he thought at the time and then realize he was wrong and fucking recant it. Right? Like, I mean, it's fucking insane.
It wasn't even that. It was like one of those things that should never have been a big deal, but people made a lot of fake footage and a lot of other shitty claims that were just not true, and they unfortunately stuck, and that's what they convicted him on was just a bunch of fucking song and a dance, really. Not that well, not only that, but
from what I heard, that trial was a fucking farce. From what I understood,
he didn't get an opportunity to present any of his own evidence, and like just a lot of bullshit. You know, he was essentially like, he didn't get to make a case. It was basically, he showed up, he was guilty, and the only thing they were questioning was how much he was going to pay. Like, how much can we punish him?
Yeah.
There was never, like, an actual trial of any kind. It's one of those things where, like, people should be assassinating judges and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so un-American. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. Yeah,
you would
it's
think like
fucking
people would be like
disgusting,
burning
dude, how-
like fucking dolls of the fucking judge in the street or something. Like, hey, yo, we're not gonna allow this kind of bullshit to happen where you can just randomly censor members of the press by letting somebody just take their money. Like, not even like that's the part that really gets me is they didn't get a chance at all to like say, hey, you know,
Yeah, present their own case.
yeah. Like, here's why. Here's what happened. Here's why we think we're not guilty. And you know, here's the precedents in other trials. And yeah, it was just one of those things. Like, it's fucked, man. Like, I can't even imagine how Alex Jones feels.
Yeah.
The thing is, though,
farce, dude.
I don't remember how long ago that was, but number one, there's a maximum amount damages can be in any given state. So they can award 1.7 billion fucking cajillion bazillion whatever fucking made up number they want. And it won't be that much that gets charged.
100 trillion trillion.
Yeah, 100 jillion trillion forever and ever in infinity plus 9, you know, kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but, you owe twice.
And it's essentially, well, it's like, you know,
money
like
as there exists in the world. That's how much you have
it's
to
a
pay.
way to prevent juries who are overly sympathetic and unrealistic from basically like bankrupting or putting people out of business just for the sake of like small shit. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
because you don't want, you know, you got food poisoning from your dinner the one time. You don't want that restaurant to be permanently out of business forever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they should have to pay for that guy's suffering and his illness and any sort of medical treatment he might have required, because sometimes food poisoning, you got to go and get like fluids and shit. You know, it can get serious at times. But you don't want it to be like, well, now he owns that property and their fucking house and their car, and because, you know, 6 of the jurors who were in there had food poisoning at some point and were really, really pissed off, you know? Like, so that'll all get cut down, but there should still be systems in place where he can appeal that judgment and basically go back and say, hey, you know, I never even had a trial, so I should get to try again. And so odds are good that that's going to get another trial. Probably it'll be with you know, a different judge. So I don't know. Like, we'll see. And then there's also very obviously that was a ridiculous thing. Even if you have surpassed the maximum, you can actually have trials just to say, hey, you know what? I think that this amount is unfair. You know, like, all right, I got to pay this person. Fine, I'll do that. But you know what? This is just too much, and I think it should be this much. And then you can go through and go through another trial about that. So there's a lot of options between there and here, where he can essentially just get everything like gotten rid of or made basically into a joke, as opposed to like a ending of your career kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would hope, unless there's some sort of weird circumstances that they manage to make it so that he just has absolutely no choice but to, like, basically his business belongs to them from now on, kind of thing.
Yeah. I wonder how much he's actually worth.
It's not a fucking billion.
I mean, between the show and like all the fucking.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
and
although you never know,
day,
dude,
liquid assets. He could probably put like $500,000 together in liquid assets. Like that. That's he's probably that wealthy, which is, you know, that's a lot of liquid assets. But like, I think he'd be selling stuff if he had to put his hand on $1 million, like big shit. You know, like if he had to put his hand on an actual $1 million. Like, he has a lot of things that add up to a high value.
Popular.
Well, he has a high value. Like he probably has a few $1 million in assets. You know, and like property and his business and all that other shit.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking, you know, between not even just the subscriptions, but again, his fucking supplements and all that shit have to be selling, like, you know, that's a fucking lot of money. So like all the shit he sells in that too, he's got to be worth. He's got to be a millionaire easy, dude. Not like liquid assets. He's got to have he's got to have millions at this point.
No, I don't think so. I really don't.
Well, dude, I think a lot of people. Again, the people that like him fucking love him. So they're going to be buying all of his supplements and all that shit that he sells. That's what I'm kind of basing it on. It could be completely off, but
well, I'm just saying, like, I know he's got a lot of money. He probably has millions of dollars, but he's one of those kind of people who invest in himself as opposed to just like letting money sit in a thing or getting things. So like, I imagine it's probably reinvested in his business, hiring people to make the everything work better, like that kind of thing. And probably, a lot of it he probably spends, like, on going to restaurants and fucking buying shit for his wife and his kids and all that, his kids are probably running the fucking best gaming computer in town or, like, the best, like, they probably have, like, an entertainment center with, like, all the video game systems and the computer and everything all fucking stacked up and whatever, you know what I mean?
I believe they had a very expensive cat that he was talking about. He's like, no, that was a gift to my kid, or like trying to make sure that the cat didn't get fucking taken and liquidated or something. So,
oh wow, that would be fucked up. If they took his cat, that'd just be dirty.
Yeah. Well, again, they fucking think he's the devil.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is. He does have horns. I mean, and he speaks in tongues on occasion. I've seen that. The funny thing is, like, one of the things I saw where they were trying to make it look like he did, like, an awful thing about that whole thing was weirdly, it was, in, like, a commercial for something. Like, there was some sort of commercial thing where he ended up tearing his shirt off and running out of the studio. It was to sell, like, supplements or something. It was him being just goofy. And they took that one little tiny part and made it look like he was just a fucking lunatic. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this man?
Like he was actually being serious.
Yeah, like that was a serious thing that just happened in the middle of his show one day. And you're like, well, I see why people watch this. It's fucking entertaining. Like, I've listened to some of the stuff that he does occasionally, but I'm not a big fan or anything. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of it. I subscribed to him on Rumble, but it was a weird thing where, like, it automatically subscribed to me, like, 3 other of his channels.
Oh, that's weird.
Which is odd, and it was so much, dude. There's so many fucking videos, like 99%, or, well, 90 probably, realistically. Like, 90% of the shit in my feed was some form of fucking Alex Jones's channels. And I was like, dude, this is too much, man. I have to fucking... I like had to unsubscribe because it was just too much fucking shit they're throwing.
Oh yeah,
that's
nutty.
30 videos a day. Dude.
That's like the sneaky shit my phone does every time the fucking OS updates. Where they're like, oh, we updated your phone. Now we're gonna auto subscribe you to TikTok, fucking 6 other things like Twitter and shit that I don't want.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's sneaky shit. I don't like that. Fuck you, Rumble. What's that sneaky shit going on there?
Yeah, it's some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that kind of shit.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it's Rumble or if it's... Well, yeah, Rumble probably after on it. Yeah. Yeah, Rumble, dude, I want to like them, and they do some... It's fucking frustrating, dude.
Well, you know what? Here's something. You like Rumble. So we've already gone over Alex Jones enough. So, you heard about the whole thing with Russell Brand?
Oh yeah, dude.
And so Rumble's standing behind him. So if you want to like Rumble, like Rumble for that, and don't eat fucking Burger King or Fresh. Was it Fresh Choice or something or
bullshit.
One of those like food delivery things, but just so hey, no more Burger King. They're gonna stand behind the UK just arbitrarily silencing some dude who hasn't even been proven to have done anything.
Yeah, it's disgusting, especially after the whole fucking Amber Heard thing. Like, I thought that would have been illustrated to everyone that, hey, maybe you should wait until you actually, like, the evidence comes out or he gets actually gets convicted of something before you fucking just let him go like that. Yeah, that is. Rumble does some good shit, but then it's other stuff like they're quite obviously not investing in making their app work properly, or even the website. Like, I'll go through the browser, it fucking sucks, dude. It's constantly buffering. It's, you know, and I thought, like, oh, maybe it's my phone, but YouTube works fine.
Oh, that's weird. I always get buffering
you know
with
what
YouTube,
I mean?
but I don't even have Rumble on my phone, so.
Yeah, well, even when I go through the browser, dude, like, it used to be, I was like, okay, the app sucks, but it seems to work through the browser. There was a very odd thing for a while where if you played anything in the app, it never played ads. But if you're on the browser, it did. Like, if you access Rumble through the browser, it worked, you know, you got the ads and shit. And I'm like, that's fucking retarded. Like, how can you have that? That's a horrible oversight, dude.
Yeah,
like, you're gonna not have it on the fucking app. That's got to be a
fairly big part of your business is ads, so you kind of gotta have it so that it makes me wonder if, like, whatever hosting service hosts the app, like, fucked it up on purpose. Like, maybe it's not necessarily Rumble. You know, maybe it's like, you know, the fucking store won't allow the fucking ads to go through because they don't agree with Rumble or something.
Yeah, it was, again, I would have thought it would be the reverse, where you make sure the ads play on your fucking app, and they don't when you're doing it through the fucking browser.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, it's frustrating me, because they throw all this money in, you know, people like fucking, well, Brand probably, fucking Leafy. They're like, oh, we got to get Leafy. Throw him $100,000 or whatever the fucking they did to get him. You can't have a fucking app that doesn't work, dude. Like, that has to be a priority.
Yeah.
I get that you need to fucking sign people on or whatever, but somebody like Leafy is probably going to be on Rumble
they're
anyway.
charging people to fucking upload stuff in some cases. Like, they got no excuse.
It's not going to be on YouTube
for shitty shitty software. You know what I mean? Like, they're actually taking money from people that are making their content. You have no excuse for shitty software. Because that's part of putting that shit up there.
That's
like,
one of
you
the
know,
things.
that people will actually be able to view it properly.
So yeah, like I said, they're doing good shit, but then they're neglecting things that.
Yeah, I didn't know that about Rumble, so fair enough.
But yeah, it is good that they fucking go back in the brand. No, and again, I want to like these fucking guys. I guess that's why I get so pissed. It's like, I would love to have an alternative to fucking YouTube. But if you're ignoring shit like basic shit like making sure your app works. Yeah, for a while it didn't work. Like, it would work okay if I was using a wired headset or not a headset at all on my phone.
Yeah.
But if I use the Bluetooth things, it would constantly buffer and shit. It was fucking weird shit like that.
That is weird,
yeah. I'm like, dude, how do you not nowadays?
Yeah.
Considering how many people again are using fucking Bluetooth headsets and shit. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Well, I mean, is it like 90% of the fucking media watched on people's phone or something? Like, it's like crazy amount of like what people are consuming. They're consuming through their phone. Like, it's absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's I fucking. But it's like, exceedingly rare that I watch anything.
Like, I get to work at like, you know, 11 o'clock at night, and there's a gal there who every time I get there, she's just sitting there watching stuff on her phone the whole time. Like, it's just become socially acceptable to just, I'm gonna do absolutely nothing but sit here and just watch things on my phone. And I'll hold conversations and I'll get things done, but just my eyes will be glued to this screen 99% of the fucking time. And it won't be weird.
I listen a lot. I listen to a lot of shit. More than watch.
Well, see, I get that. Putting on a podcast in the background, that's easy. You know, you put on some sort of thing and you're like, I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to fucking, you know, enjoy this while I'm folding my clothes or, you know, washing the dishes or whatever. Like, that kind of shit makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Or even, like, if it's a good movie. Like, I can understand listening to, like, a movie, but you've seen it, like, a dozen times, so it's like... Yeah, I can just listen to that movie. I know what's happening. I can see it in my head easily, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some shit you gotta watch, but most of it, it's fucking, just listening is fine.
Yep, exactly. You know, but you know the moments to tune in to watch the good part. You're like, all right, there's gonna be some titty right here.
Oh shit! They put out a Red Letter Media. I don't know if you saw it today, but they put out a thing on all.
I haven't watched
Friday
it yet, but I did see that they put it out.
Dude, I fucking love that guy. I forget his name, dude, but the guy that has the driest sense of humor ever. The older guy.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
Mike.
his name, dude, but damn, I love that.
You're talking about Mike,
dude.
right?
Is it Mike? Yeah.
Or is it the Canadian guy with the gray hair, the really skinny one?
Again. Yeah, I don't. He's the older one. There's two there in that video. He's the older guy.
Let's
see.
I'm
about the one that's again. He deadpans everything, but it's fucking hilarious. So yeah, he's the one that's again. Every joke is like this deadpan note telling, and he still manages to be fucking hilarious, despite no selling all his jokes, like not putting any fucking.
Oh yeah, that's Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, that's who you're talking about.
Yeah, everything's delivered like so matter-of-factly, dude. It's fucking funny, dude. Yeah, I love that guy, dude. Definitely the driest sense of humor I've ever fucking seen.
He's got a really good sense of humor. I really like his sense of humor. And I like how he approaches some of like the more politically, socially awkward issues. Where he's basically just like, look, this is gonna be something that's in this video, fucking grow up. It's essentially like what he says every time. And I love it, because he's not taking his side, he's not belittling anything, he's just saying, I'm gonna make funny jokes, and if you don't like it, fuck off. You know, like, I'm just not even gonna...
I'm not gonna apologize, fuck all y'all.
And they've never done it. They've never said, "Oh, we're really sorry about this joke or this bit or anything like that." They've doubled down a couple times because some of the stuff was just like they were like, "No, we know we're right." Like this person was already convicted in like a trial or some shit like that or something. But yeah, I appreciate that sort of note from just anybody. Like I don't even care what they think. Like I don't think their politics are even close to mine. I'm fairly sure that their politics are way, way different than mine, and I can still respect that they're just having fun making jokes about whatever.
Yeah, sticking to their gun. Yeah, and they're not. Yeah,
and they're not apologizing and like backing off because like a couple people fucking whined on the internet and said, like wrote a mean tweet. Like, oh no, this reporter wrote a mean tweet at this fucking obscure fucking website. Oh, what do I do? Fucking nothing. That's what you do.
Fuck that guy. Yeah.
They can all yell at you and be really angry. Oh wait, what's that gonna matter? It doesn't fucking matter. So yeah, it's one of those things that's kind of refreshing. I don't know that I agree with their opinions on movies all the time, though. They're a little unnecessarily harsh.
Yeah, well, that's to be expected. Yeah. But that's to be expected.
Well, they're horror movie fans. Like, I find that, like, most fans of genres can kind of get along together when it comes to, like, what they like. Like, if you're a comedy or a western or a drama, a thriller kind of guy. Like, you can kind of agree with a lot of the things that most people generally enjoy in films. But for some reason, like, the horror film fans just don't get along with any of those groups. Where they're just like, no, horror films are fucking amazing, and anything that's not horror is unacceptable.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff they criticize, it's really just criticizing because it's not kind of in that horror genre.
Oh, right. And that's their only purpose. Yeah, no other kind of movie should be made.
I mean, they enjoy other movies, but it's very clear that, like, if you're a horror movie guy, like, they got your fucking thing down.
Right.
yeah, that's a wacky fucking. I can't wait to see that because they are like. I'm not a Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it's like
fan.
over an hour long.
Well, I'm not a Friday the 13th fan, but their understanding of those films and the nuance they go into is fascinating. It's like, oh, that is just such a fucking, like, deep fucking film from their perspective. Like, they really just take that to a whole nother level.
Yeah, not with this one, though. They're like, well, there's got to be a lot of action because there's no plot.
Really?
I think they said that at one point.
Because there's no plot.
Yeah,
well, you know, at least they're honest.
Because I think well, it's got a point. Because I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street, there at least is some shit going on. Like it's fucking wacky, but there at least is some kind of story or whatever. Not great, but as far as horror movies go, or I guess that's apparently compared to Friday the 13th, it's a Academy Award level.
Academy Award level
plots. Relatively speaking, but I'm saying compared to, that's kind of what the vibe I was getting from him. Like, yeah, well, shit, you compared to Friday the 13th, dude, that shit's amazing. Oh shit, I should probably turn the
well, any of those
down.
films, in my opinion, you compare it to, because those are all pretty poorly done fucking films, in my opinion. But hey, whatever. I did watch some
I would
fucking
agree that
terrible movies recently. Well, not all of them.
I would definitely prefer. Yeah, I definitely prefer the Nightmare on Elm Street ones to the fucking Friday the 13th movies, but
I'm
because it's just whack. Well, I mean, there's a lot more you can do.
Whatever. Everybody likes the things.
Yeah, I'm not
like,
a huge fan. I can't remember the last time. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I had seen a fucking either Friday the 13th or a fucking Nightmare on Elm Street thing. But I feel like the whole dream thing brings in a lot of possibilities for some crazy shit.
Oh, hold on, somebody's knocking at my door.
More than the Friday the 13th universe. I'm sure it's important.
Okay, sorry, people were giving me messages. My mom tested for COVID. Got the COVID, the coof.
Oh, shit.
So, gotta figure out if I've got it and whether or not I gotta go to work. Probably not gonna be going to work, because I got the COVID, maybe. I feel fine, but,
Are you still doing all kinds of overtime?
No, they're slowly getting people in, and one of the girls that, she was gone for a little while because her car was gone. So she came back and she's getting more hours, so she's getting full time. So that's good. So we're slowly building back up. But then they fired somebody. It's weird. It's like they want to have no staff for some reason. Well, I can't even know the guy they fired. I'm really baffled by why he would get fired. He's one of the nicest people you've ever met. He does his job very diligently. He's not.
Wow, did they give a reason?
No, they're not going to tell me. I don't know. I don't know him well enough to call him up and be like, "Hey, dude, what'd you get fired for?" Yeah. And nobody said anything about what.
Well, I was wondering what the. Yeah, I was going to say they probably can't. I would imagine, and especially in California, I'm sure there's laws about fucking shit talking people when they get fired.
They absolutely can tell you why they fired somebody. And in my opinion, in most cases, they should. But I think the reason most places don't is because they don't necessarily always give a reason to the person when they fire them, or the accurate reason to why they fired them for legal reasons. So the last thing they want is some form of official statement. So even though it's just your boss saying, behind the fucking door, hey, by the way, they fired the guy because he was fucking late all the time. But they told the guy they fired him because of something else, he didn't, cross this T or dot this I. And then that guy talks to you and he's like, oh, because I was fucking late all the time. those motherfuckers lied. I'm gonna get an attorney, you know, and so like they don't want that shit going down.
Yeah.
So they probably will never tell you, just because
Yeah.
it's a better plan not to fucking do that and put yourself in that position. Especially in a state like California where like anything can be like protected or, you know, something like that. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, they're fucking pretty crazy when it comes to that shit.
And where I work, there's a lot of fucking interpersonal politics that I'm just outside of. I've always been kind of outside of that social politicking thing in any given group because I just don't fucking care about that shit. The fucking tit for tat. We're gonna be like, you're my enemy or you're my friend, and like you talk to this person or you don't talk to that person or anything like that.
Yeah, I hear you.
I just don't care. So like nobody ever really seems to want to like go after me or anything because I think they realize the utter futility of it. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, you can throw eggs at a brick wall all fucking day. It's not gonna fucking matter, and you're just gonna look dumb at the end of the fucking day. So, you know, go for it, buddy. So that's that kind of thing goes on there a lot. The fucking, well, she didn't fucking like this person, and they didn't fucking say the thing they said was super rude that one day when they were fucking talking. Like that shit happens all the time and gets people fired essentially, even though they'll make shit up. So, like one of the ones was the person they fired that was that I worked with and I really enjoyed chatting with when I worked there. They fired her for being late all the time, but like people are late all the time. Like that's not. I've never seen anyone get fired for being late. Like the one lady.
Yeah,
that was,
assuming that job it's not as disastrous as other places. Like you know, like if you work at like a restaurant or kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, being late can really fuck shit up. But I would imagine it's not that it doesn't matter or anything like that. But I would imagine it's less severe than a lot of other jobs.
Yeah.
Although maybe not. Maybe I'm just not thinking that through enough.
What do you mean, like specifically?
I mean, like if somebody's showing up 10 to 15 minutes late or half an hour late or that kind of shit, like at a restaurant, and it's, rush hour or whatever the fuck, it's like a pretty
the
big
consequences
deal.
are
at your job.
drastically different. Yeah, you're not cutting into the profit of the company. Like you're making the person who works the shift before you stay late.
Yeah.
Like they're stuck there for like 10 or 15 extra minutes, so they're not real fucking happy with you. But
as far as the company,
like the company's not losing money,
nobody's
nobody's gonna be fucking yelling and screaming at anybody's ear above your manager, maybe telling you like, "Hey, stop fucking being late, asshole." So there's that. Yeah, you're right. I'd say in that case, you're definitely right.
Yeah, it's kind of odd that they fired someone.
Well, they fired her previously to that. She'd already been fired once and then got hired back. And she didn't. To me, I was like, "You're playing with fire here." But they fired her once because she brought her fucking grandkid to work with her, which is weird because other management has brought their children with them to work on an every single fucking day they work basis.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, they've literally had people who've worked for months at a time with their kids coming to work with them every single day. So, like, you can't... Technically, you can fire people for anything you want.
Wildly.
However, you can't wildly treat your employees differently. So, you can't fire someone
it's gotta be fucking...
for one thing and then not fire someone else for that same thing.
Let another person go. Especially if they're being way more... just about it and doing it constantly.
Exactly.
Like, no, it's fine for them to do it day after day after day, but you did it once, so
because in court they're going to come after you and they're
bizarre.
going to take you for a fucking ton of money. But what she should have been questioning is when they hired her back, they changed in the computer and made it look like she'd never been fired. She just took a leave of absence. So, and then they fired her for being late all the time, which, as far as I know, maybe she was late all the time. But it's like, didn't you recognize that they've been setting you up this whole time because they fired you for something they couldn't fire you for legally? And that really what's going on is they fucked up, they recognized their legal liability, they offered you a position and you agreed to come back. So now they're just not legally liable for that anymore. There's nothing you can do about it. And then they found a real legitimate reason and then fired you after you did whatever they wanted you to do for work. So it's like whoever fucked her over the first time fucked her over even worse again. Like, it was probably from the beginning what they were intending to do. Or maybe I'm too fucking Machiavellian in my, like, evil.
What the fuck is going on? Alright, sorry, man. It's, my, headset. It's like saying it's connected, but it's still coming through the fucking phone. Alright, I'm gonna drop off real quick and come back on, man. Give me a second.
Yep.
What the fuck? Okay. Say something.
Yo, something.
Okay, alright. That was fucking weird.
No.
Yeah, it disconnected, and then it's, you know, it's playing through my, because it starts playing through my phone speaker or whatever, and then it said it was reconnected, showing connected, but it, you know, it was not playing through the fucking speakers that were saying it was connected. Alright, sorry I derailed whatever we were talking about.
Honestly, it was getting into the weeds, man.
Let's talk about Pink Sauce, bitch.
Oh yeah, the fucking unhealthiest restaurant in America. You've seen that one, the heart attack. They got the quadruple bypass or whatever, the heart attack grill, I think it's called.
Oh yeah, we can do that one. Yeah, that's the most recent. I was talking about Pink Sauce Girl, but we'll cover it.
Oh yeah, Pink Sauce Girl.
Right. Yeah, no, I've yeah, the first one is, you know, up in the Phoenix area, dude. The original Heart Attack Grill.
Oh yeah.
I think there's one in Vegas. They were saying.
If you're over 350 pounds, they'll fucking feed you for free.
Damn, I gotta pack on the weight, dude.
Yeah, you can't get the free drink, but you get the free burger and the free fries, I guess. And they got the whole fry bar thing. But what gets me is people actually had heart attacks there, and they're like, yeah, it's what we fucking said was possible. Like, it was what we promised.
Yeah, the dude is a bit callous about it, but whatever. At least he's fucking not bullshitting.
I don't know if I would call him callous, honestly. Like, he has when he's talking about, like, the person in the respect of, like, their families, he's like, yeah, no, their families miss them, we miss them, it's very sad that they're dead, but we said this was an unhealthy place to eat, and this person ate here every day. Of course he died, you know, like.
Yeah, and again, the publicity, again, he's just being honest about the fact that the publicity is actually good for him. And yeah, saying, yeah, no, we missed the guy. We love the guy.
Well, and he'd already...
it's unfortunate that he had a heart attack at 29. But yeah, he was eating incredibly unhealthy. You know, and he died before he turned 30.
Yep.
Like, we didn't contribute to all of that.
Well, they didn't make him eat
that
the
was
food.
A lifelong
he ate the food.
Issue.
And he was the one saying everybody should be, you know, big like him. So it's like, it's a... The guy wanted to be 100% brutally honest in whatever business he went into, because he didn't like being a doctor anymore, because he felt there was a lot of shit he was forced to lie to people about, because, you know, politics and money and stuff like this, and this is long before COVID, so that's not related for any of those people that get involved in the COVID thing anytime you hear anything about the medical system. So totally unrelated to any of that shit. But yeah, he was just like, I'm sick and tired of lying to people. I want to fucking be brutally honest when I make my money, because I don't want to feel dirty at the end of the fucking day when I'm cashing my paycheck. And so he's brutally honest. He's
Yeah,
like, a 10,000 calorie fucking burger.
Yeah.
We'll serve it to you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't eat it. It's a terrible idea. And it tastes delicious, and we'll make it if you want it. Like, you actually have to sign a waiver.
Yeah, we're not
to
like
do their
McDonald's.
eating contest.
We're not like McDonald's trying to pretend we have a healthy menu.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know, like every place has like an eating challenge these days and everything. Like, that's a bunch of places that got that going. You have to sign a medical and legal waiver saying that you're taking your health in your own hands, and they're not responsible for any like damage done to your body or medical issues that arise from doing the eating challenge. Just to do it. Like, they literally, they're like, yeah. Sure, you can try to eat this giant thing, and if you do it, we'll give it to you for free, but you can't sue us, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, we're making it very clear to you that this is a bad idea. This should be obvious.
Oh, and I think they spank you.
Yeah, especially reading it every goddamn day.
Or was that, maybe that was a different eating contest. I thought that was the Heart Attack Grill that did it, but I could be wrong. There was one place I saw a guy do an eating challenge where if you failed the challenge, they give you like 3 big spankings. And they all had like hot waitresses.
The nurses, that's kind of win-win.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad thing. It was like if you lose, you win a prize, essentially.
Right. Yeah. Your consolation prize is some hot chicks are gonna spank your ass.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't know. I love that whole concept. That's fucking hilarious. If I was ever to go to Vegas, that would be one of the places I'd want to try to like fucking stop in and like try.
Yeah, for some reason, I've never been in Phoenix and remembered that place.
Oh, you've never been in there and remembered at the same time? Like, you've been to Phoenix many times, just never thought, oh, Heart Attack Grill. At least
once a month or like fucking...
Don't they do the chocolate cake?
Yeah,
they're the ones who do the chocolate cake shake, right? Where it's literally like a whole piece of chocolate cake and a fucking ice cream milkshake. I think it's the Heart Attack Grill.
Maybe.
Like the
yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it fits the theme. If they don't do it, they should. If they don't do it, they should. But also, what about the pink sauce lady? The fact that she just determined to fuck herself over every turn of the way? Like, she just can't fucking stop screwing herself over?
It really sounds like she... Yeah. Again, this is probably obvious to everyone, but like, I have to imagine they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you this much," and she's like, "Yeah," and like didn't bother having a lawyer look anything over, or and then she also just spent the money like a fucking stupid bitch, like it was gonna keep coming in as fucking huge amounts or whatever.
Yeah, she probably thought she was gonna be getting like 150,000 like every like fucking couple of weeks or some stupid shit. And it's like, nah, you have a product that has the potential to be successful, but if you want to make it like really big money, you're gonna have to work really, really hard, and you're gonna have to pimp that shit all day, every day. Because the minute it's not in the limelight, no one's buying pink sauce. It doesn't have brand loyalty like fucking Heinz, you know? It doesn't have that.
Yeah, I was gonna
been
say,
around
I
for
imagine
60 years. Everybody knows it. No, you got to keep selling it every day.
Yeah. Was it? I can't remember. Was the sauce actually good? I thought I remember it being like trash anyway.
Most people were like, it's shitty ranch, is what I heard from most people. It's shitty ranch with like just a little fruity flavor added in. But I never tried it, and I'm never gonna, so I can't tell you for sure. Like, I can't. Like, it can taste great. I don't know.
You don't want a sauce like that with like mayonnaise and shit in it that they just ship through the mail with no refrigeration? That doesn't sound
well, now
appealing.
apparently it's all done safely. Like, it's all shelf stable. And
now they
so you can buy it now, and it's not going to give you like food poisoning. I just don't want. We shouldn't say that.
Hope,
you shouldn't. I don't think we're going to get sued, but you never know. That lady's fucking nuts. So we shouldn't say that it's dangerous to eat. But I just have no interest in it. Like, I don't fucking care. I never cared. It's like the Barbie
Yeah, I don't know.
that
It's just it's still out there.
half of, you know.
And I feel like people actually gave her the money, right? Like she did a fucking like a GoFundMe. And people actually gave her fucking more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts to me. Like, how do you guys not understand that she just got a bunch of money and spent it already, instead of saving it, reinvesting it, you know, whatever. She obviously blew through 120 grand in like 9 months or something.
Yeah, she did like fucking surgery and shit, like
And
plastic
yeah,
surgery, and fucking bought a car and did dumb shit, you know. Well,
Yeah,
the buying
but
the
staying
car
at
is not
Airbnbs.
potentially not dumb shit, but yeah, staying in like luxury Airbnbs for big money and shit, and like getting all her food delivered. So for her, it was just an opportunity to just spend
Yeah,
no
it seems
money.
like that would have been plenty of money to put down the first and last month's rent somewhere.
Yeah, it was like her thought of success is not doing anything anymore, and unfortunately, that's just not how it works. Like once you hit that fucking big nugget of success, you gotta keep building on it because it doesn't just pay off.
Yeah,
forever.
you gotta sustain it.
Very rarely is that first hit enough money that you can just never work again. Of success, you know what I mean? Like like you get success, it's like, oh yeah, you're making a little better money now. Oh wait, maybe you better like keep working because that was only a couple of paychecks, buddy. You're not, like you can't. Yeah, she's just.
Yeah, no,
dumb.
she thought you were just gonna kick back and let the royalty checks roll in.
Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking.
And yeah,
I
do not doubt.
Yeah.
I do not doubt that they fucked her over. You know what I mean?
No, I do doubt that. I do
gourmet or
doubt
whatever.
that. I don't think they fucked her over. I think they gave her a set of options, some of which were better and some of which were worse. And they just said, here's your options. Here's how they work. I bet you they even explained them in detail to her. And she just chose the one that had the most money up front because she was an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, because they were like, because they know that this is all big social media shit. So there's no way they were ever going to set up a situation where, what do you call it? The company would risk putting themselves in a position of like literally trying to rip off a black lady on like a big social media thing. So I bet you they sat her down and said, here's this offer, here's this offer. Do you want money up front? Do you want money off the back end? You know, how do you want to do it? Here's what our costs are. I'm sure they explained everything. And she had no idea what any of it meant and refused to fucking hire an attorney and said, that's a big stack of money, I'll take that, and sign the fucking paper.
Yeah, I don't know. It's insane that you wouldn't like. Just a lot of corporations are going to try to rip off the little guy. So signing anything with any corporation without consulting a lawyer, fucking
but also,
like I feel like
selling bottles of condiment.
Like that's not a cultural thing, right?
Well, selling a condiment isn't like.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know.
It's a culture thing because she's a black woman and doing business in America. And everybody's racist towards blacks and against whites right now. So regardless of her actual decisions or skills or abilities, there's still going to be a massive chunk of the population that just says, well, she's black, they're wrong. That's literally the cultural problem right now. So, but, like, I just hate anything that absolves her of any of the responsibility for her situation because she's the only one responsible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
literally no one else.
She's the one that got, just wanted all the money up front. Yeah, and again, she's already broke. She already spent that money, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking, again, 120 grand. Fuck.
Which is an impressively large amount of money to just fucking throw away over the course of a short period of time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's impressive. Well, impressive is probably not the right word, but wow.
I mean, it's
Fucking
you know, it's not
amazing.
lottery, you destroying your lottery winnings impressive, but it is impressive in just the respect of like, wow, that's a lot of money to
that
throw.
was quick. Yeah, she strikes me as someone that's exceptionally stupid and impulsive. So
it's like I just worked all those hours and got
almost
almost a double paycheck, right? So I got like a massive amount of paycheck, and I found out that my credit card.
Oh, right.
My credit card has like a point system where you can get cash back, and so like the most
nice.
the most value you can get for the points is to literally just get straight cash back. So I got that, and then I got the paycheck. And so the first thing I did was I took like $1,300 and put it into savings and paying off my credit card before I did anything else.
Yeah.
Like the first thing was just like, oh, I'm going to take the vast majority of this money and pay off some debt that I have. And also I like to make sure that I have bare minimum $500 in my savings account at any given point in time. Just because, like, it's an easy to remember number, and it's the kind of number where, like, you know, $500 can definitely make a big difference in an emergency. Like, that's, you know, if I gotta stay at a hotel or something, or I gotta fucking pay for a major car repair or something, set of tires, you know, like, it'll cover a lot of big ticket things that could just happen at random times, and I won't be, like, suddenly in debt because I already have the money.
Yeah, it's at the minimum, it's going to cover a big chunk of any emergency you have, if not all of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
And preferably, I'd like to have it be 1,000, but before I put it to 1,000, I want to make sure I've got my credit card paid off. So, and that's slowly getting paid off. I've already paid like almost half of it down, so I just got to get the rest of it paid off. But it's like, you know, that's what a responsible person does when they get a large windfall. You know what I mean? So she's just an irresponsible fucking idiot who got a bunch of fucking money and then just essentially threw it away in the equivalent of like bubblegum and candy. You know, like she just bought a bunch of fucking soda with and candy bars with her allowance, and then she's like, well, why don't I have my allowance anymore? Well, because she bought like 3 Snickers bars in a jar of Coke, or a bottle of Coke. You know? Like, that's why you don't got any allowance anymore, kid. Sorry, that's how that works.
Yeah, hers was plastic surgery and expensive Airbnbs, but yeah.
Well, she needed to recover in style from her plastic surgery. I like that she's trying to pretend it didn't happen, and it's like it's out on the internet, like everybody just like knows it happened. It's like you can't really fucking fool anybody anymore. But
what would she? Was she claiming that she didn't use that money for the plastic surgery or something?
Yeah, she was trying to claim that. Yeah, she was
saying?
trying to say she didn't do that stuff, even though like everybody knows she did.
Cool. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, because like the dude points out, like even if you're spending like $5,000 a fucking month on a place, like even that's only fucking half of it or whatever.
Oh yeah. The amount of money she was spending was really, really intense. But have you seen some of these trophy wives and the shit they spend?
Oh yeah.
Like it's nutty.
Yep.
Like they'll spend upwards of like $100,000 a day. Some of these like trophy wives. It's insane. I mean, I don't even understand how you do it. It's like, how do you spend $100,000 a day? And they're like, well, they wake up and have this incredibly exclusive, ridiculously expensive fucking like foot massage, and then like a team of cosmetologists like do their makeup and hair like they're a movie star, and then they go out and eat this like 5-star fucking breakfast or something, and like. Oh, okay, I see. That you literally spend as much as you can on everything, every single day.
Yeah, it's an odd assumption. It's almost like, well, I can't be seen eating like McDonald's or something, dude. They'll think I'm not fucking super rich.
And
gotta
like,
eat out at a fucking.
I hate McDonald's.
Gourmet restaurant.
It's my least favorite of all of the restaurants, of fast food places. I hate McDonald's most. Yeah. I've gotten more raw food from there from anywhere. But their breakfast isn't bad. You know, like, I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
you know, an Egg McMuffin and their hash browns, that's not a bad breakfast. I mean, it's not the one I want, but I wouldn't be, like, super disappointed to eat it. I'd be like, all right, you know, once in a while, you kind of want to just have a little bit of that, you know, Egg McMuffin.
Yeah, I still prefer Burger King's breakfast.
Definitely.
Although not now. Not until they're fucking rumble.
Well, I won't
shit,
be buying it anymore. I still prefer it, but if they're gonna support the literally the fucking despotic British government against its people, then fucking I'm out.
Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, I'm definitely boycotting them. Adding them to the list of Monster and I guess it's just Monster for now, but whatever. Monster and Burger King. Fuck both
Bud
of
Light, Monster, Burger King. Although Bud Light may no longer exist eventually.
Yeah. Wait. Did Bill Gates actually buy Bud Light? I thought I had heard that.
He did. He bought it. He bought Bud Light because he's a fucking moron. And he wanted to make a political statement.
Yeah. Fucking dumbass. Yeah, he really... Yeah, disgusting. Yeah, good for that dumbass. I guess he can afford to take quite a few gigantic losses though.
Yeah, he's not gonna. It was like $40 million or something. That's nothing. He can fucking, like, he can do that probably once a week or something with the amount of money that guy makes. It's like ridiculous. Or unless all of it goes to his wife now, in which case it's fucked. But I don't know. I forgot he got divorced and lost half his shit.
Oh fuck! Who's the bitch? Oh, the guy that owned Home Depot.
That guy.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, for Microsoft. Yeah, like it's funny because like the bitch that divorced him, like that's where Lowe's started. She literally started opening up Lowe's, you know, essentially a Home Depot under a different name. Everywhere where he had Home Depots, basically.
Really? So his whole thing, she was literally just trying to put him out of business. Vindictively with his own fucking
she's like,
money.
yeah, I'm taking half your shit, and now I'm going to try to steal the rest of it. Like, God damn, why don't you just fucking... Dude, that's a shitload of money. Like, you're that fucking pissed?
Dude,
that's a woman for you.
Fucking, I mean, you see how many murders happen just because of fucking divorces and shit. People are fucking crazy, man. I don't understand that. Like, I'm really unhappy with somebody. Like, I just can't stand them. I'll just go elsewhere. I'll find a way not to be around that person. You know? But, like, this fucking, it's like, it's just crazy, like, how fucking, they gotta fucking win.
Yeah, it's nuts. To hold on to being that vengeful for that fucking long is fascinating, dude. Yeah. Or who's the God damn it. Fuck. What happened with the the bitch that was married to Bezos and they got divorced? What's really funny about that is she got half of his shit, right? Basically, like she got a fucking crazy amount. And in the article, they described her as self-made. She's a self-made billionaire.
Really?
By marrying a guy, and then he got rich, and she took half his shit when they got divorced. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude.
That is pretty fucking ridiculous.
Being self-made. Yeah. They're like, well, I can't just call the husband self-made, even though that's totally
an accurate fucking statement in that case.
Yeah. But his wife just happening to be married to a guy that happened to strike it rich. Yeah, that counts as self-made, dude. Yeah. Well, the world's nuts. Same old shit.
Yep. Same shit, different day.
That was a while ago,
man.
I guess.
That's some fucking wackiness.
Oh, dude, the New York City shit. It was really nice to see people in New York City being like,
fucking
no more of this
by their own
shit.
petard. Oh, you keep
Yeah,
voting these
yeah.
fucking people in, and you keep wondering why things are going wrong, and now they're literally spending $1 billion to house people that you don't want there. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and that's for the people that were born here and are homeless. You know, fuck them.
yeah, that's the thing that blows my mind is it's like, you got all these people can't afford to pay rent, and you're gonna fucking spend $1 billion housing people that don't even belong in the country? Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Number one, there should
illegally.
literally be illegal to spend taxpayers' money on anything to do with housing or not sending home illegal aliens. Like, you shouldn't be able to spend taxpayers' money on benefiting those who are, like, criminals.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. People that aren't even citizens, aren't even residents, really.
Yeah, exactly. They're
Well,
not
they're
even
gonna
citizens,
fast
but
track
not only
them.
that, like, they're also criminals. Like, the very fact that they're
Yeah.
here makes them a criminal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they entered the country illegally, ignored the whole asylum thing that was set up, and so I guess that was kind of rescinded, I assume, when Biden took over, but either way, it's some bullshit.
yeah, nutty. I thought that was just funny because I saw that, and then there was apparently, I don't know the full story. I don't want to know the whole story because I've only seen like the headlines. There's
Right?
apparently some senator or representative that fucking was bribed with literal gold. Like not they paid this motherfucker in
Okay.
actual gold. Supposedly.
Like in bullion?
Yeah, like fucking the metal. Like not like, cause I understand
Yeah, yeah.
your reluctance to accept this
Oh,
farcical
ingots, not
nonsense,
bullion,
but
ingots.
you know, it's like no, it's literal gold. They fucking
Here, take this gigantic.
exactly. Here's this brick of
fucking
gold.
nuts, dude.
We want you to do what we tell you to. Thanks. I thought this is fucking hilarious
Holy
to
shit,
me.
dude, that's fucking great. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was just one of those things that's
Yeah.
nutty that you hear, and I don't want to hear the rest of the story because maybe that was like a falsely leading kind of concept thing.
All right.
So I don't want to like find out if I'm dead wrong.
Yeah.
I just want to believe that. So please don't, nobody educate me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong. Let me continue to believe it was. I don't
No
even
fact
care
check.
what side this
No
guy
fact
was
checks.
on.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me. He could be a Republican, a Democrat, a independent. It's all good.
Dude, that's a fucking. Dude, that was actually a fucking. Goddamn, was it Asimov? There was a short story about a guy that was like. It was set in the future, obviously, where everything was, kind of like how it is now. This was written again several decades ago, but where the guy was offered like a fucking big chunk of gold or whatever to do some play for this guy. And for some reason, the fact that he was getting paid in gold instead of just getting credits was a big deal or whatever. That's funny because that's literally a fucking story.
Yeah, you know what? The benefit
Yeah,
of gold
it's-
right now, especially with hyperinflation, like how fast inflation is going. Like that brick of gold is going to be worth
Yeah.
a ton more than it is, in like a couple of weeks even. Like that seems
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
much
'cause
better
that's gonna
option
fucking
than
rise
cash.
inflation, dude.
Like it's like, yeah, you could
Yeah.
give me cash or like, checks. I think the only other thing that might be more beneficial would be like actual physical property or something. Like if you're gonna bribe them with something, but like,
Yeah. Yeah, gold, I would assume, is a lot easier to like keep off the books too. Like if you're just got a fucking bar of gold instead of, property, and any of that other shit is gonna leave a paper trail. If you're just handing a dude a bar of gold or whatever.
yeah,
Like, wow,
exactly.
I found it in my backyard. Check this out.
That's fucking hilarious. Well, the thing is, it's like you can get gold any number of ways that are totally legit. Like, my fucking uncle gave it to me. I don't know where he got it. It was a gift. It's
Yeah.
not that hard to make gold legitimate. Unless it's like fucking you know, branded with like a bank stamp or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, where it's
like, that's
obviously
clearly
stolen.
got the serial number from Fort Knox where it was
like
stolen
that.
a month ago. Sorry, buddy.
Where'd you get it? Because if it was you, you're under arrest, and you're probably under arrest anyway.
Yeah,
for
just like
possessing it.
because we're
You should
gonna.
probably let us know who gave it to you.
Yeah, exactly. God damn. That is just, that was just one of the sillier things I'd heard recently, where I was like, "What are we fucking pirates now? We
I hope
fucking
that's true.
bribing officials with fucking gold coins? Are they in a chest? Is this, you know, like what were all the circumstances?"
They gave me a bunch of doubloons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, got a bunch of doubloons here.
Pfizer's been giving out doubloons. Have you heard, Steve? Get in on this new bribery campaign from fucking big corporations. Oh, goddamn. So fucking silly.
Oh shit, the guy, that fucking retard in Japan.
He got arrested, yeah.
The one that was screaming. Yeah,
I don't think he's been sentenced
yeah.
or
It's the same
or
one, right? That
convicted
was
yet.
screaming. But he's the one that was like sitting on the subway in Japan, screaming Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Like it's the same guy, right?
Yep, that guy. Yep, they actually arrested him finally.
Cool.
He
something like he broke into a construction site.
Yep, he trespassed in a construction site, so it was like, so there's really no question that he's probably going to be, although he hasn't been convicted and tried yet, there's very little doubt that he's going to be convicted. It's like a 95% conviction rate for what he's going in for. They're looking at, they're like, yeah, it's well over 90% that he's
right? He
just going
live
to get
streamed
fucking,
it, didn't he?
Yeah. He's a fucking idiot. So he's
yeah, 'cause a lot of people are like, why don't they just deport him?
You know, some countries do
Make
that.
him sit in jail for 3 years and then deport him.
Some countries do the whole, like, we're just going to deport you and you're never allowed back thing, or you can do prison time. Like, I think there's options sometimes. And some places it's just a deportation.
Yeah, I feel
you're
like
never coming back and you never come, you know, like, unless you harmed somebody
but
or
you can
stole
do that.
something.
Well, I assume you can do that and have him serve jail. Like, just, you know, again, immediately deport him once his jail sentence is over. Right? Like,
Yeah. They still can deport him, yeah. They're probably going to deport him afterwards, and he'll probably never be allowed back. Like, that's just not likely to happen. What I'm saying is there are a lot of countries where they will just say, fuck the prison time, we're just going to deport him, and he's never allowed back.
Yeah, we don't want him clogging up our system.
It only costs money to incarcerate.
Send him back to America. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah. So it's like, yeah, you're never allowed back. If you come back, you're going to serve the prison time. So we're going to suspend that forever. So if you ever come back, you're going to be in jail for 3 years.
Yeah. Yep, well, hopefully he does get 3 years in prison.
That guy's a fucking moron, dude. Yeah, it'd be nice to know that he's going to be out of commission for at least 3 years and not annoying people in public for at least 3 years.
Well, and if he goes to prison, that is a less motivation for other people to do the same shit. Right? You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
I think they kind of have to.
I might actually get in prison time if I fucking go do this shit in, like, some other country, or I pull this shit in the wrong place, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because I assume he was probably like, what are they gonna do? Fuck it. So yeah, again, that would be a huge deterrent for anyone else who wants to try that shit. So yeah, I would absolutely, if I was Japan, I would absolutely make him serve those 3 years.
Well, in Japan, it's pretty fucking.
Because again, it's going to stop any other dumbasses from fucking what.
They're pretty. So they're pretty understanding of like drunken hijinks type shit. You know, you got in a bar fight, caused a ruckus in a cafe or some stupid shit. You know, maybe you get deported, maybe you get a slap on the wrist or a small fine, and you get sent home. But so they're pretty reasonable when it comes to tourists. But this is one of those things where, like, I think the trespassing and the constant disrespect is going to be all she wrote for this dumb fuck. He fucked himself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the whole fucking concept of honor in Japan is still very much alive and well.
Well, he's kind of been going around being like...
So yeah, if you dishonor...
Being like, yeah, what are you gonna fucking do? I can do what I want. I can do what I want, Japan. Fuck you, I can do what I want. I can do what I want. You can't do nothing to me, Japan. So he's been fucking spitting in their face, you know, like... He's been asking for it. He's like that little kid who's like, I can tell you whatever I want, dummy, because I'm a little kid and you can't hit me. You know, like, oh, really? He's the kind of little kid that gets slapped by fucking Satan satire, like, unironically. Where Satan will be like, yeah, I slapped you, and I'm gonna come to your house and slap your mom too if you fucking say shit. You know, like... That's one of the biggest problems is people not getting fucking smacked for being assholes. I was watching a video last night. I was in VR chat, right? And I'm with 3 other people, so it was interesting in the respect of with 3 other people, and there's one of the guys put on a set of meme videos or something. One of the videos is this guy going over and pressing the button that keeps the door open on like a subway train and saying, oh, we have an emergency conductor, we have an emergency conductor, we have an emergency. You're just saying that over and over and pushing the button. And, you know, like, there people were there were like, they gently try to like steer him away, like, hey, dude, you need to stop. We have places to be. You're holding up the fucking train. You know, if you could just go, we'd really appreciate that. And then but then they just keep being gentle about it. And I'm like, no, at a certain point, you just grab this fucker, punch him in the face as hard as you can, and then you throw him off the fucking train. You know? Like, you can physically just throw this bitch off the train and then go about your goddamn day.
Yeah.
That's how that works. And they were just like...
Yeah, exactly.
And the other 3 people in the room with me were like, that's not how you're supposed to behave. I'm like, who fucking cares? This asshole is literally daring them to do it. I say you do it, and you fucking feel good about it.
Yeah. What other option you fucking have? If asking nicely or even not nicely isn't working and still doing it, what the fuck else? You're gonna be held hostage by some asshole just because it's impolite to fucking smack him and throw him out of the fucking train?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a difference in culture in the younger and older generation. Because for me, it's like, man, fuck that guy. I'd be the one who was just grabbing him and physically throwing him off the goddamn train, especially if I'm late for work.
Yeah. Again, if you're if somebody's taking advantage of civilization, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
And doing some shit, he's certain that he's not going to get fucking any consequences for it. Well, you're going to have to fucking... What else?
Give him some motherfucking consequence.
You don't have to fucking hit him. You don't have to beat the shit out of him necessarily.
No, but it'd be a lot more satisfying at the end of the day.
But yeah, at a minimum...
I'm just saying.
At a minimum, you fucking chuck his ass off the fucking train.
I would physically throw him from that train. I wouldn't be polite about it either. And if he tried to argue with me, I'd get real violent. Just because I'm not going to sit there and play that fucking game and wait for the cops. Like, I got places to go.
Dude. I would fucking literally grab him by his fucking hair and a belt loop.
Yeah.
Just fucking
give him the 3/4 toss. Give him that 3/4 toss. Fuck that, yeah.
Yeah. if you've seen a movie. And then but in Casino, there's a scene where they're taking the dude out and they're like, and use his head to open the fucking door, and they're carrying him out and just smash his head into the push thing on the door. Dude. That's a really big movie.
Casino, yeah, that's a pretty realistic. I have to agree with you on that. That probably is a pretty realistic film.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've actually seen it.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm actually surprised I'm not being a smartass student. Just more often than not.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's with De Niro
it's one of those
and
things where I'm pretty
Vegas.
sure I've seen it, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's again De Niro, Pesci. They're in Vegas. Sharon Stone is his fucking horrible wife. De Niro's wife. He does the sports books. It's some casino in Vegas.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
But there's a lot of good movies out there that have like realistic depictions of things like crime and punishment and that kind of stuff. You know, like the mafia families.
Yeah,
and
because I mean it's pretty well known.
And I think Casino strikes the balance between like, oh, these are like, you know,
they're fictional but based on real events kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think everybody, well, anybody that's involved, it was actually started up by mobsters.
Yeah.
Obviously through different fronts or whatever, but yeah, because they really like, because the guy played by, I think, Kevin. It's like, because technically he did or whatever, he was running it, but he was just never there. It was obviously just a figurehead or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of wacky fucking mob stories if you're starting to talk about mob stories. Like, wasn't there the one guy who literally would walk around in his pajamas in the street all day, every day?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, like pure crazy? Is that what it was?
Yeah, he was trying to make it so that they couldn't ever get him for being legit.
I think I remember that comic book too. There was some like he would just go out in the street and start doing crazy shit, pretending he was a Roman fucking centurion or something. Make sure they know I'm still crazy.
Yeah, I don't wanna ever suffer for my crimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have started a game of my fucking shooter. Let's see. What else is going on in the world? Not a whole lot going on right now, really. There's a big, weird push to, like, fucking change security now. That I think is not really about security. Like, it's like a weird thing where, like, everything I see now is like, we will never call you. Do not give your information over the phone. Now you need a 25 billion character long password. like they're changing it all for the, like, trying to not get in trouble for the scammers. Yo. Are you still there, sir? Are you there? You gone?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me
Oh,
now?
you can hear me now. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now. I was like, oh, he just gone.
No, dude, you cut out my fucking thing, and I thought you disconnected.
Oh, I
You
did
came
hear a
back on after
disconnect
like 20 or
sound.
30 seconds.
I did hear a disconnect sound. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I could still hear it. Like, you blanked out for a while. And then, yeah, I don't know. That was fucking... Whatever. That was some fucked up shit. Whatever happened right there was bizarre.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, sometimes I just drift away.
No, most likely it was me. My shitty internet and phones and speakers.
Yeah, the internet has been pretty bad for you as of late, I think.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks for sure. Jesus Christ. Although it's not bouncing, and just for some reason it's disconnecting me and shit. So the signal's still saying, but the what do you call it? Discord is just deciding to kick me out and kick me back in for some reason.
They don't like you. They don't like you no more. They're not your friends. They don't like you.
Yeah, they gotta keep me silenced. Those fiends.
Crazy. All right, yeah, I can't play this. I get too drawn out. I'm trying to improve my aim, so I've been doing a lot of aim training and shit. But you gotta actually try in the game too. But it's too distracting.
That sucks.
Well, I mean, how else are you gonna? You can practice. You know, it's like you could jack off all you want, but sooner or later you got to put it in a woman. You know, it's not the same thing.
Indeed.
Oh man, what else is going on? I'm also a little fucking
right.
under the fucking weather because I'm pretty sure I've got that mild
You got
cold
the vid.
version. Let's see, we did the New York. Oh, did you watch the fucking murder guy? The teenager who just fucking decided one day to kill his sister? Or his stepsister?
Oh yeah, I had already watched that before he posted it. Actually,
Oh, okay.
I had watched it just a few days ago. Yeah. Where he's just like, no, I wasn't really mad. I just did it, I guess.
And then the fucking end where his parents
no,
are
I've had
like,
all these great things.
his parents are all like, we support him and all that shit, and you're like, you're fucking crazy. Like, he's a psycho. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, very bizarre, dude.
Yeah, I did not get that. And the thing that to me is like everybody's talking about he had just a sudden disassociative moment and it's not really his fault and blah 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 blah. And I'm just sitting there going like,
yeah,
no, he doesn't even sound like he's sad now. Like I think
like
what you had was like,
bothered him.
Yeah, he did some studying because he's a very smart guy and he understood how to present, but the reality is like there's no empathy. He just wanted to kill somebody, and because he wasn't old enough to have like, you know, really good self-control over his impulses, he killed the wrong person first in his attempt to kill his whole family. You know?
Yeah.
I think
everybody knows
it was either that or it was a case of he had ranked them in threat to him personally, and so he suddenly was like, oh, maybe I won't be able to kill the first one. My dad will take me out first, and then I'll never get to kill any of them.
Yeah.
So he went for the least threatening because he just had an opportunity and a weapon at the moment, and it was like, well, I'm guaranteed I get to kill one person here. Like that's how cold his logic was, I think, and he just no fucking empathy and didn't care.
Yeah, the other thing that's insane about, especially the dad forgiving him, is if he hadn't accidentally reloaded the empty clip, he'd be dead too.
Yeah, he was right on that fucking list of people to be murdered that day. And you can tell
Well,
that
no,
the
he
people
literally
who are
fucking
disassociating are the
dude.
parents. The parents are the ones that are disassociating because they're associating him from being there. And the reality was he was there. He made a
Okay,
decision, and it was all him. There was no like nobody made him do it. He chose to do it that day. He knew that it was wrong.
yeah,
He knew
but
he
dude,
would be arrested and
but
prosecuted.
you remember that part of the story. You do remember that part of the story, right? Where the dad was going towards him, and he literally was fucking fumbling with it because he had two clips. He
Yeah,
fucking put the clip in,
yeah, and that's
pointed
why
at
he
his
didn't
dad's
shoot him.
chest, and
And
pulled the
he
trigger.
admitted that had the gun not misfired, he had intended to kill him then.
Yeah, he
So
was
it was
he
like,
would be dead. The dad said it. Yeah, it's pointed right at my
yeah.
chest, and he's still like, no, we still love him.
Oh no,
He
no,
just
the
had
kid
a
said
bad
it too
day, I
though.
guess.
Like
Or
the
whatever.
dad said it, that part of the thing
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
interview, and then the kid also followed up and
yeah,
confirmed it in the interrogation.
yeah. And the
So there's
interview, or
no
whatever. Yeah,
questioning whether or
yeah.
not he had intended to kill more. I'm just saying, like,
Mm,
it's crazy that they
yeah.
just have disassociated the reality of, oh, it was somebody else there that day. It
It
wasn't
would be
our son. And
bad.
it's like, no, it was your son. He was there. He made that decision. He knows that if he gets out, he'll do it again. And that's why he's saying he belongs where he is, most likely. Just from a logical standpoint, he's just very logical. He's just, yeah, I'd probably do it again. So, I'm probably in the best place.
Yeah, I'm not.
And the
Yeah,
way he talks about it is so casual. It's like he clearly has no.
yeah,
He's a sociopath. There's nobody there. There's no heart, no
yeah. It's
empathy,
just matter of
no
factly talking
love.
about like murdering his sister and trying to murder his dad. It's just so
And
like,
then,
oh yeah, by the way, it's yeah, that's creepier than like deranged ranting, right?
well,
Like
no, I mean, even at
that's
the
fucking
end,
more
when
terrifying.
they're interviewing him at the end, and he supposedly like now really regrets it or whatever, he has the same like he
Mm-hmm.
still sounds emotionless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It doesn't sound like he's
yeah, yeah.
genuinely sad or
Like
like
I
he
said, that's
genuinely loves his parents. I think he gets off on
yeah.
manipulating them,
He's
but
just saying it 'cause he's supposed to.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's just saying what he thinks he's supposed to say or what he's supposed to feel. Yeah,
100%. And so it's like,
yeah,
I think his sister probably was important to him in that she probably helped him learn how to pretend to be a person. He
yeah,
probably was like
yeah,
learning based on watching her be a person, learning how to be a person. Because if you're a sociopath, you
yeah.
do
How
have to
to
learn how to
fake it.
like fake the empathy and the emotional connection that you don't feel.
Yeah, yeah. You learn to mimic the emotions that
Yeah.
you're incapable of feeling.
Otherwise you just make people so uncomfortable that like nobody wants to be around you, and you don't get your basic needs met, like food and shelter and keeping a
Mm,
job and stuff like that. It can really fuck you up if you can't fake being a person a little bit. But that was a trippy one. I just was blown away at the end. Like the parents were like, "We still support our son, and his trial was unfair," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "You're fucking dumb." Thank God there's a DA there that
yeah,
wasn't, and made sure that he was put away for fucking ever. Because that means other people won't die
yeah,
because you
yeah.
can't accept that your son is a monster.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's like he's going to kill someone in prison. I would imagine he's going to
If he
kill a
gets an
cellmate or
opportunity, he
somebody,
probably will, yeah.
and his
Or
parents
he'll be
are going to be
bored
like,
one day or something.
yeah, yeah. It won't
It's
even
the
be
thing is,
necessarily
like,
for any fucking specific reason.
the problem is for, in my opinion, with the system right now is that the psych wards are the same for like the mom that has a mental breakdown as they are for the prisoner that wants to murder everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like the
so I don't
insane.
like when they
Yeah,
send
like
those sick
the
fucks to like,
criminally insane.
yeah, I don't like criminally insane people being housed with the regularly insane people. I feel like there should be a
Yeah,
very small number of prisons where the criminally insane are housed, and those prisons should be incredibly like like hard
Super
to
max.
yeah, like really fucking careful. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna concentrate evil. We want 50 million layers of security between that evil and the people, kind of thing. You know, like you don't want them figuring out how to like poison the guards and escape or some crazy shit. You know.
Yeah, that is really nonsensical to have, again, non-violent and violent, insane people in the same fucking place.
Yeah, it is.
That makes zero fucking sense.
At the very least, take the criminally violent and separate them out from the regular violent. You know what I mean? Like a guy that maybe he and his roommate got into a little tussle and he slapped him across the face or something. You know, maybe he's not that big of a concern. Yeah. But the guy that stabbed his little brother like 6 times when he was 10, you know, maybe that guy you don't want.
Yeah.
Having, you know, the run of the fucking
room. Or that was torturing people or something.
Yeah, you don't want him getting a handle on a Jenga piece or something. Who knows what he's going to fucking do, right? You know, like...
Yeah. Yeah, anybody that's violent for no fucking reason should be separated.
Psychotically violent. It's the level of violence. You know, you have your It's like you have the level of violence in regular prisons. You know, your murderers shouldn't be in with your thieves. Unless the thieves were like, you know, strong-arm thieves where they beat someone up to take the money or they shot somebody to get what they wanted. But, like, you know, like a shoplifter doesn't belong in the same place as a murderer, in my opinion, you know? Or even just, a car thief. Yeah. Some dude that just steals cars doesn't belong in the same place as a fucking murderer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd rather see, like... All right, you're stealing cars, so we're going to make you be a mechanic, and then when you get out, you're going to, you know, have a potential to actually earn enough money that you don't need to steal. Whereas the murderers, I think they should just execute. Like, unless you can prove that the reason you had to kill somebody was in self-defense or in the defense of someone else... You know, you made that choice to take a life. The only thing you should really be able to, you know, the only real reasonable thing at that point is they gotta give one back.
Yeah, I'm fine with an eye for an eye and you know.
Criminal justice.
I don't know,
system.
With certain allowances, like, again, if you fucking temporarily lose it because you walk in and your wife's fucking, you know, your best friend or something and you flip out and kill them, it's a little different, I guess. Although,
Well, I do agree with that. I think that the fact that you decided to kill the person is the problem, regardless of whether or not you did it in the heat of the moment or made a plan and did it later. You know? It's that you decided that it was okay for you to kill somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I see a significant difference between the premeditated and in the moment.
But I don't see a difference in the punishment.
Yeah, I don't know. I do. I understand that somebody can lose their shit for one moment and do something fucking nuts that they would never, or otherwise never do.
Yeah, but the thing is, the consequences are identical. Somebody still died.
Executes their wife.
As a result of their actions.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm saying. The severity is the same because the end result is the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be more forgiving of somebody.
Fair enough. I would say you execute either way. I think the only thing I don't agree with that at all, dude. The only thing I could say that would be different is if you like you're in a fight and somebody dies as a result of the injuries from a fight. You know what I mean? But like if you just pull out a gun and start shooting someone, I don't think it matters if you planned it or not. You got to execute that guy. You can't let that guy back out in public because what's going to happen? He's already taken one life. Every time he gets mad or hot under the collar, he's going to shoot somebody else, and then it's going to be okay because, you know, it was the heat of the moment.
I just think the fact that they've lived as long as they had in that scenario and hadn't done it any other time doesn't indicate to me that they're likely to do it again.
But couldn't the same argument be applied to somebody who planned out a murder?
Yeah,
you
well,
know, you
again,
could be
it's
30
not a
years
fucking
old, you live 30 years, you plan out the murder of your,
again,
you know.
I understand. Yeah, I understand that the end result is somebody dying. I just see a huge difference between the scenario where you walk in and your fucking wife is fucking someone else, and you lose it temporarily and kill them fucking both or whatever, before you fucking again come to your senses. It's a fucking huge difference, in my opinion, between that and planning out a murder of your spouse.
I'm not saying whether
I get that the end
the
result
level
is the
of
same.
yeah, I'm not saying that there isn't a difference between those two things. I'm saying that the consequences should be the same because the end result is the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I disagree with you.
Yeah, so it's like, so it's okay for one guy to kill people, but
I
not okay for
vehemently
somebody else
disagree.
because they were mad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
fair enough.
exactly that, but yeah, I mean, again, if his wife never cheated, he would never kill her, right?
Yeah, but you can also divorce your wife if she cheated on you. You could go beat the hell out of both of them. You know, like there's a lot of other options before murder.
Yeah, again.
I just don't think you let that person
that
back out in the general population. Whether you execute
I would never
or,
want to fucking kill him, but no.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't understand why you let
We're
that person back
agree,
out in society.
Yeah, I see a huge difference, dude. Yeah, I expecting that level of. Yeah, I'm not saying the dude shouldn't get punished at all, but yeah, somebody who does it premeditated, I'm fine with that person getting fucking killed. But somebody who lost it, you fucking, yeah, the fucking, it's hard to describe it, dude. The fucking feeling that comes over you and you realize your wife's cheating on you is fucking horrific. And having it be, again, a friend or a relative or something like that, I can see where a guy might temporarily lose it for 5, 10 seconds or whatever and end up fucking killing them both.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I see a massive difference between that and planning something like that out.
Yeah, I know, I understand. I just don't. We're not. I think it's something we're not going to agree on. Like I think you're coming at it from an emotional perspective that doesn't mesh with my looking at it clinically.
Okay, we don't. I don't know that we need to explain why either of us coming from whatever perspective. We're just not going to agree on it. We don't have to explain why.
Fair enough. Okay, did you see the being straight is a trauma video?
I didn't, dude. I started watching it, but I fucking.
If you want infuriating.
Get a chance, yeah, she seemed insufferable. I think I only got like 30 seconds in.
Infuriating is the bare minimum of that one. She's like, oh no, it's because they're trauma. Everybody should be, gay or fucking lesbian or whatever nonsense. She was, pimping out.
Yeah.
Sorry, that one, I just...
Yeah, okay, so it is what it sounds like.
It is one of the most infuriating things. That's why I put it up there.
Yeah. So she's saying the argument she's making is that like being gay is the natural order of things, but trauma causes people to be straight. Is that essentially what she was saying?
Yes. The only reason anybody is ever straight is because they suffered from some form of trauma.
Dude. Oh my god.
It's
no, I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. My initial reaction isn't anger. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, no. The infuriating part is not from what she's saying. It's from how she says it entirely. It's entirely a case of like her fucking smug, shitty personality is what's infuriating. It's not the words that are coming out of her mouth. Though those are irritating, they are more funny than irritating because it's just like you're obviously delusional.
Yeah, it's true.
That makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah, it's an absurd fucking concept. Yeah, it's kind of like the Rome doesn't exist bitch who is so fucking sure she's right.
And what's the trauma that makes them straight?
Yeah,
what is the trauma? Because you guarantee whatever her claim of the trauma is it's not traumatic. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that would be traumatic. You know, be like, well, they were given a Barbie doll and they wanted a Ken doll. Okay. We need to talk about trauma because I don't think you understand what counts, you know. But I had to throw that out there just because it
nuts, dude.
It was uniquely infuriating because that woman, that lady or girl or whatever is just fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's the same as the Rome didn't exist, bitch.
Oh yeah, that's
She's
actually a
so
really
fucking
good,
smug and condescending,
incredibly insufferable. Yep.
Yeah, you're so wrong, but you're so confidently fucking wrong about it. Yeah, because I was just thinking about it. Because the Rome didn't exist one anyway. It's like, so they invented that whole language and a whole history, and we're still using it today. They do Latin masses. Everything, every species is named from fucking in Latin. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's such an absurd fucking idea that they're gonna go through
What?
that. God damn it! Did I fall off again?
No, you're still there.
Samaj joined. Okay, sorry, no, I thought I dropped off again. Okay, I thought Samaj joined. I thought I fell off, since that's what usually happens. Welcome, Samaj.
Hello. How you all doing?
Yo.
All right. How's things with you?
All right. Can't complain too much.
That is perfect timing because I gotta pee so bad. I will be right back.
All right, you fucking go.
Nice.
And
Yeah. Do it.
I guess your bladder goes when you get old.
Yeah, it does, dude. Old men like us.
I don't want to think about
Yeah,
that.
what's going on in your world, man?
I just came back from the gym, so I'm a bit tired. It was the worst day of all for me is always the shoulder days. Shoulders. Well, I have really really weak shoulders, and I didn't realize it until I started working them out. It's embarrassingly they are embarrassingly weak. But then again, I shouldn't give myself too hard of a time because shoulders they're a very small muscle group. So I keep thinking that they're really weak, but really they overall most like bodybuilders and stuff don't really use very heavy weights when they're working out shoulders. Because they can't.
Yeah, it's definitely a joint you don't want to you don't want to do too much weight, put too much strain on them.
Exactly.
Fuck up pretty easily.
Exactly. So I got not be too hard on myself, but let me tell you, I hate it so much. My shoulders are just killing me.
Do you do abs at all?
Yeah.
Like abs or back? Yeah.
Well, on Mondays, because I usually take weekends off. On Mondays, I plan to do chest, and I'll do some abs if I get the time. And then Tuesday, I do back. Wednesday, I do legs. Thursdays are shoulders, and Friday, I do whatever I feel like. Usually around that time, most of my chest muscles and stuff are recovered, so I might do some chest, I might do some other things. So, yeah.
Nice. Abs are the one that I fucking hate the most, dude. I fucking hate doing ab exercises.
Now, when you say you hate them, is it because like you hate getting on the ground and doing all those sit-ups?
Yeah, actually, no, I don't know. That's probably why. It's probably mostly a carryover from the fact that there aren't a whole lot of ab machines, or weren't when I was younger, and it pretty much had to do sit-ups or crunches or something. Because now, like the gym, they have one where you can literally sit down and just kind of, pull, like you kind of reach your arms back behind you and then pull it down to work your abs out.
Yeah, that's
so it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, that's the machine I use.
That one's pretty fucking effective. I was surprised.
Yeah, because you're also using gravity on that one. Yeah, I've actually built up a fair bit. I'm about to do max weight on those things, so it's pretty good. The thing is that I've put on a fair bit of muscle. I know I have. I've gotten quite bulky, going to the gym and all that stuff. But you don't see it because I still have all this fucking flab on me that I need to get off. Mm-hmm. So I need to, focus a lot more heavily on the diet stuff. And then I should probably take what Gaming's been saying, because he does intermittent fasting, which is like when you have like one meal a day.
Right.
Yeah, so like he does
Yeah.
that, and he's lost it. Like he's sent pictures. He's fucking he's really done it. So it's like really, I just gotta do that. So just watch you eat, try some fasting. Because right now what's happened with me and my whole diet stuff is that I've kind of plateaued, and so I can do as much as I want. I pretty much won't lose any more weight. So what I gotta do is I really gotta do the fasting thing. So I've told myself this weekend I am going to do a 17-hour fast. That should reset some of my system, and then after that I should probably do do some more proper fasting. Which I mean,
Yeah, give it a shot. I mean,
it's a
it
lot
may take
harder.
something different than work for you, but yeah, give it a shot, man.
Well, it's a lot harder for me because like I've tried fasting a few times, and it's like my body just shuts down. I lose all energy. I'm like incapable of doing anything. So I tried to look into that, and there's a couple reasons why that may be. But the most prominent one is probably that I may have parasites. Because if you have parasites,
Jesus.
I know it's a weird thing to think about, but it's actually more common than you think. Most people have parasites and they don't even know it. But what happens is that when you have parasites, what they do is they release a certain type of chemical into your body that makes it so that way you think you're shutting down, and so then you try because they
Oh,
need you
wow.
to eat. They need you to eat to survive. If I fast more often, then they
Yeah,
won't be able to
the
survive.
nutrients. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like it. So that's what I'm thinking. So I was looking on different types of common types of parasites that people tend to get, and I think I have a particular type. You can sort of tell because if you look at the back of your arms, if you have these bumps, and let's say you put on a lot of lotion and stuff to try and hydrate the skin, and if these bumps proceed, then it's usually a sign that they are a type of parasite. And they're very common. People, like I said, people have them. They don't realize them. You live your whole life. It's not really doesn't really bother you, but it makes things like fasting next to impossible.
Mm. Oh shit! Can you get them on your legs? Because I got a bunch of red bumps on my quads.
You may have a
You
different kind.
worms.
Yeah, I would say because this is what I did, and I used to have these bumps on my arm, like not the ones in the back of my arm, but on just the majority of my arm. And what I did is
Mm.
I every time I have a shower, I put lotion on because that way I'll dry myself off and don't like rub your skin or something. Just pat your skin, and then just put on some lotion, and then within about a week you should notice a difference. If you and then just keep going for like a month or so, and if you don't notice a difference, then you may need to see a dermatologist. I have a dermatology appointment next month, so I'll talk to a specialist and see what they have to say. But yeah,
Yeah, good
Yay.
luck with that, man. Like I said, it's going to be different for everyone. Like for me, it was just a matter of not. Well, again, unless I'm actually trying to lose weight, I don't pay attention to what I'm eating or any of that. I just eat what I feel like eating and fucking whatever. But yeah, just minor changes. Eating the same shit, and just eating a little bit less actually worked for me. And I would lose shit. I had to take I remember one time I lost 30 pounds in a month. I lost 60 pounds over 3 months.
well,
Just while I was working out too. So basically, it was just again uh, eating a little bit better, but for the most part, just eating less of whatever I was eating. Again, I'm obviously taking in more calories than I need, so I'm like, all right, I should be able to eat less and do this, and that's what worked for me. Obviously, like I said, fasting worked for gaining.
well
And again, it may work for you. I hope it does.
maybe
But
I
it's
mean
always
like
different.
yeah
Different
it's
peeps.
yeah, you gotta try something new every now and then. I am gonna say though, if you're watching what you eat for the next little while, I'm just gonna say, do not for the next 2 to 3 years, do not eat any fish. And
Oh, really?
I say that because people are. You can even go to the grocery store. You might even be able to see it. But if you look at fish of any kind, you might be able to see that they actually have parasites. You can actually see them wiggling
Wow.
on the food. Now, because they're around the
that's
same
fucked
color,
up.
it is fucked up. But people are noticing a little bit more and more, and that's because a lot of the fish that we have there are in kind of like tanks. They're kind of like farms for fish. We raise them inside tanks and stuff.
Oh,
But you have to you have to carefully monitor that, and they think that due to various different budget cuts and stuff that they're not monitoring as they used to. So they're starting to develop parasites and stuff. So you can literally see it in the fish. Now you can cook the fish, but some of them will still get through. So it's entirely possible that that's what happens. I would say try eating walnuts, because apparently, from what I've heard, walnuts are pretty good at getting rid of like gut parasites and stuff. Other types, like I say, the ones in the back of the yard, that's a different type, so it's not going to do anything. But
I've never heard
it's
that.
a good, yeah. Well,
Is it
I'm
walnuts
looking
or
at
walnut shells?
walnuts.
All
The
right.
shell, there's like nothing in the shells. I wouldn't bother. Another thing that I just found out that's also quite good for you. I've never heard of this before, but they're called black walnuts.
Oh,
Ever
are you
heard of
talking about the ones where they pickle them?
I have no idea about that. I only
Because
recently
there's a
found out.
process where they take unripe walnuts and they put them in a solution to pickle them, and they end up turning black because of the tannins. All get
No,
leached out of the shell and into the walnut, and they turn black.
The ones I'm talking about, they're called black walnuts because the actual shell is black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're actually most people don't really get them because they're I guess they're harder to get than regular walnuts because the shell is much harder to crack.
Ah, okay. Sort of like ruby cocoa and regular cocoa.
I guess, yeah. So the black walnuts are just harder to get, so most people don't even bother. You can still get them, and they sell them on Amazon and all that. But it's like a specialty item. You don't really see it on like Walmart or anything.
yeah, I've heard the black walnuts. Like they're 13% of the they're like 13% of the market of the walnut thing, but they're like responsible for like 50% of the theft.
Oh, fucking yep. Knew that was coming.
Hey, fuck you guys, dude.
Knew that was coming. Knew you were coming with that joke. As soon as you
100.
said something about 10%, I was like, yeah, there it goes.
Yeah. 13. It's 13 and 50. 13% caused 50. Sorry, it was an FBI statistics joke. It was pretty rare. It was pretty obscure. My apologies.
Oh no, I got the joke. I just think it's funnier
Oh, okay.
to
It's not funny.
fucking string you out, leave you hanging there. I mean, if I'm being
Good
fair.
call.
Oh my god,
I'm surrounded by children.
we're bad people. And, I think if you look at those fish, you see little pictures of us because we're the real parasites.
Uh huh.
But
Oh, what was, dude? The thing about microscopic wasps, was that real? Because that seems insane.
yeah, there are microscopic wasps. You did not know that?
No,
That is a
dude.
real thing.
That's fucking nuts.
They can't
Literally,
actually
you
sting
can't
you,
see 'em
and
with the
they're
naked
not
eye?
going to hurt you. Like they don't fucking have anything to do with humans. They're actually a farming tool. Because what they are is they subsist by what do you call it? Laying their eggs on the eggs of other animals. And so, but I mean, like, obviously not like big animals, but a lot of those animals whose eggs they lay them on are pests that you find on
The ones that eat
in
crops.
farms and stuff that eat crops and fuck with them. So they're called fairy wasps or fairy flies. And then I think now they're called fairy wasps, but they used to be called fairy flies. But yeah, they're just like microscopic wasps that fucking exist. It's like
So
shark-
literally,
yeah.
literally like the, what do you call it? God damn it. Literally can't be seen with the naked eye, but they're little tiny
No, you
wasps.
need a microscope. They're that small.
Nuts.
No seums.
Wow.
Nope. definitely no see them. Thankfully, like, yeah, they can barely fucking get around. They're not like super duper mobile, and
Yeah.
they don't have stingers, even if they were like to interact with humans.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to be big enough to break your skin if they had stingers.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be able to hurt you anyway. So, you know, it's one of those things. It's just like it's a wacky factoid that now you can tell other people mess with them.
All right. This isn't like an early April Fool's joke or something?
No. It's like shark hide is actually made out of little tiny teeth. It's literally like the same material that their teeth are made of. And they're microscopic little fucking teeth that grow out of their out of these rings that make their skin up. That's why when you what do you call it?
It's like nanobots, organic.
Yeah, really? Well, it's weird, like in the respect that it's like that's how their skin like regrows. It just grows more teeth. It's just an odd little factoid.
Pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude. I'd never heard that.
Go home, nature. You're drunk.
Yeah, really. But that's what makes shark skin so rough and fucking scrapey on other animals. Is it's literally tiny little fucking microscopic teeth.
They're nothing but teeth.
Yeah. It's kind of like how hair and nails are essentially made of the same shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, am I misremembering that? That's right? They're
No,
both
you're
made
right.
out of like keratin.
It's all made
or
out of
whatever?
keratin, yeah.
Okay.
It's like the difference between antlers and horns. Antlers are made out of bone. Horns are made out of the keratin, like fingernails and teeth and stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
that why moose
Weird
shed
little
them?
factoids.
Pretty crazy.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing moose when they're getting ready to shed their horns. They have a little bit of skin on them, little fuzzy skin, and they have to peel that off before they can shed their horns.
Oh yeah, the bloody shit that dangles from their horns. Yeah, that's gross.
I remember like people will talk about like Canadian wildlife. It's like I'll show them pictures of moose, and they'll be like, oh fuck, that's disgusting. Others will be like that belongs on a metal cover.
Oh no. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I can see that on a heavy metal album, and I would not object to it. I'm just, gotta be honest.
Canadian death metal.
Oh, there you go, Canadian death metal. Is that a possibility?
I'm sure it is.
Just seems like it would be too nice for death metal. Like,
I feel like it'd be closer to Christian metal than it would be to actual death metal, but all right.
Oh, fucking kill me, metal.
But yeah, the perception of moose relative to what they can actually do and fuck you up.
Oh yeah, people
It's an
think they're like
interesting
these
thing, 'cause
big,
it's like,
goofy,
yeah,
clumsy animals, and it's like, no, they're fucking murder machines. Stay the fuck away.
Yeah, they will definitely. Because again, the way they run, it's all fucking weird, right? Like they look goofy, like when they're running and shit. But they have these gigantic horns, and they're just fucking huge. Like they will easily fucking kill you, dude.
Yeah, and the number of times I've
People
seen
just-
video where like people are deciding they see moose on the side of the road, so they pull over and get real fucking close, and you're like, well, that was a fucking decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with it. I watched Rocky and Bullwinkle as a kid. I'm gonna go out and fucking hang out with this moose.
And then you see some dumb blonde lady go flying or something, because it's like, well, of course, inevitably, this is what was gonna happen.
Yeah, have you ever seen the video of, like people fucking with bison, like in national parks and shit?
Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff. There was one where it
I'm
was
always
like a guy decided to
when they
climb
don't-
over a fence that separated the bison from everybody else, and he was like, I'll be fine. You know, of course
Yeah,
he had
it's
to
fucking
fucking
nuts. Yeah.
There was some like dumb lady who went on a tour in like a jungle or whatever to see silverback gorillas, and she just thought it'd be funny to pound her chest like a gorilla. And the tour guide, whose face went pale, said, "Lady, I can't protect you if you keep doing that."
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you're fucking
In fact-
dunzo. That gorilla gets mad. That cage ain't stopping shit, lady. You're out of your fucking mind, and I ain't gonna be between you
Yeah,
and him.
that gorilla does not understand humor, bitch.
Yeah.
It means something very different to him.
Oh, that's like the tiger thing that happened.
Context, don't.
Where the
matter.
the kids kept coming to the zoo and throwing shit at a tiger. And they did it like multiple times, and they got thrown out
Or it
multiple
actually
times.
ended up jumping out.
And it jumped out and fucking killed them.
Yeah.
And it's like, nobody has any sympathy because they kept being told, don't
Yeah, you're
fucking
fucking with him.
throw shit at the tiger. What are you doing? It's a tiger. I fucking don't.
Yeah. Give him motivation to get out, you fucking dumbass kid.
Yeah. Well, what was it? I was playing a game of
Why do they keep letting him back in,
Overwatch.
dude?
And I was using Lucio, and some guy was like, "Oh yeah, you know, he round 2 isn't a cheese level for Lucio, so he's gonna have to switch characters now." So I literally thought of the joke, "Oh, I'm just too Gouda for you," and that was the entire motivation for me to win the second round with Lucio.
Degrees in your watch. Meaning never. It's your house.
I don't know who's saying something, but they're saying something.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's my loud ass family. I was just walking back inside. My apologies. I should
No,
have
no
muted.
worries. I couldn't hear what they were saying. I just was like, there is somebody definitely talking there.
Yeah, then definitely, usually not saying much, so.
Normal
Saying
bullshit
it
that
very
everybody
loudly to
fucking
each other
talks about with
5
each
feet
other.
away.
That fucking movie. Oh my god, I watched the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Well, part of it.
You
I
did?
didn't watch the whole thing. I gave up about an hour and a half in.
You missed the best part. But did you at least see about the patriarchy?
I did see about the patriarchy. Yeah, that was the goofiest shit I think I've seen in a long time. And just like absolute like bizarre goofy. It just made no damn sense. The movie was terrible. Like, I don't know why anybody would like it. I guess if you were, it had enough member berries. I'm assuming, because I don't know anything about Barbie. Like, I'm assuming it had enough like member berries. If you were like a big Barbie fan, that you would be able to like really enjoy that aspect of it. Like a lot of references to dolls and toys that they had.
One of the reasons why it became such a thing is because the character who's supposed to be like the villain, I guess, was Ken, because he came in and he brought in the patriarchy and all that into Barbie Land. But the thing is that if you look at how Barbie Land operates, it's like the Kens are second class citizens. They don't even have a home; they sleep on the beach.
Literally, they fucking sleep on the beach. I didn't even know that. That's so fucked up.
They
I wasn't
mentioned
paying
that
enough attention.
Yeah, it was mentioned briefly in the beginning when they were showing Barbie Land that the Kens. I think they just started mentioning. Yeah, we sleep on the beach until the Barbies are ready to come play with us.
Wow.
So essentially,
That's
like the
fucked
Ken.
up.
Yeah, so like Ken brings over the patriarchy to Barbie Land, and he essentially and all the women seem to actually enjoy it. They actually like it because they get to hang out and they let the guys do everything, and the Barbie the Barbies actually like it. They like the patriarchy, and the guys like it because now they get to be useful instead of just eye candy and dumb idiots.
No.
And then
yeah, I can see that making people real mad.
And then what ended up happening is that they were going to have a vote to let the Kens be in charge, and so when the main Barbie comes back, she's like, well, obviously we can't let the Kens be in charge, so they lie, cheat, steal, manipulate to try and rig the election so that way the Kens lose and the Barbies can maintain control. And it's not good. But like I said, the reason why a lot of people think that the Barbie movie is essentially a red pill movie is because it's like they literally show the Kens as an oppressed class, and that's essentially it. So I recommend giving it another shot because
I saw the first hour and a half of it. I did not see the last half hour, so I didn't get to see all the good parts. I was getting bored as shit, and I was switched from one computer to the other, and I was watching it in VR chat because that was the movie group this week. So I was like, I'll fucking watch because they're doing that, and I might as well, and then I can make fun of it. But I switched from one computer to the other, and then it started the movie again from the beginning instead of starting where I left off. So I was like, no, I'm not fucking gonna waste a 2-hour block of my time now to watch the whole thing again.
And here's the thing, like, they did such a great job of portraying Ken that calls for a Ken movie are kind of overwhelming. It's like they
really?
Let me tell you, people love Ken. They fucking love Ken because this guy, he's not really a bad guy. He just wanted to be recognized and to be loved and all that kind of stuff. And you feel sorry for him. Everyone felt sorry for him. And they're like, yeah, Ken deserves a movie. He's this poor guy. Look at him. He's being fucking oppressed, and obviously so. But then the Barbie movie tries to spin it as this thing about how like men just shouldn't be in charge because they're dangerous and yeah.
When in reality, the thing is, like, if women are in charge, apparently, like, men just have to sleep on the beach, don't get houses to live in. It's like, Jesus.
Yep.
Could you possibly make it more fucked up?
It's really fucked up when you look at it. So I'd say just give it another shot.
Maybe I do need to give it another shot. I will.
Yeah, I understand that there's a lot like patriarchy this and blah blah. I will
tell you the worst movie I saw, even worse than Barbie, was the fucking Transformers: Rise of the Animal or whatever.
The Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, Rise of the Beast. That was. Oh my god, that was just fucking hideously awful.
I wanted to like it because I'm a Beast Wars guy, and we finally got Beast Wars characters on the big screen. But yeah, it's not a good movie, and it shows because it was recently announced that this one was the poorest selling Transformers movie of all time.
Well, it was like Magic Brown people were the heroes. Where everything was perfect because they were the race they were. Like, that's what made them useful to everyone, which is kind of fucking racist in its own way, oddly,
Yeah. Well, when you look at the pedigree, if you will, this movie has had 5 different directors, and I think it was like 20 different lead writers on it because they kept firing them. And the reason for that is because originally there were supposed to be 2 movies. There was supposed to be a sequel to Bumblebee, which everyone would like because that Bumblebee movie was actually pretty good and very, very accurate Transformers, finally, for Christ's sake. And then there was supposed to be a Beast Wars movie. But then, like, Warner got scared because of, like, Dungeons and Dragons movie. It made money, but it didn't make enough. And it did well, didn't do that well. And the toy sales didn't really sell. So they were scared that they were going to have a bomb. Also, they couldn't afford to keep it going, so they merged both movies together. So they only filmed a little bit, and then they literally had to patch everything together. And they didn't have enough to tell. Yeah, you could sort of tell these are 2 separate movies patched together. And they had multiple different directors because they just needed to film other scenes. Shit didn't work. Other people said, yeah, we got to add some sort of race-oriented things so that way we can use it in case anyone accuses us of being lazy or something. We'll just accuse them of being racist. Like, what the fuck happened to Wheeljack? Wheeljack was the most atrocious one. He looks like fucking Urkel. And he's talking about race stuff. It's like, I saw you in fucking Bumblebee. You were the best Wheeljack of all time. And now you're fucking some millennial race Hustler. Like, what the fuck is that about?
That's
gaming
weird.
Gaming wanted to like it because there was, well, spoiler alert. There's a note to GI Joe in there, so
There
they thought,
there is a nod to the GI Joe towards the end of the film. Yeah.
yeah, and so they really, really, really wanted that, but didn't quite work out. So.
I think to get an idea of the writing without this is sort of a spoiler, but really not. There is a MacGuffin in the movie, and one of the characters is looking at if I destroy this MacGuffin, I can guarantee the safety of not only my family but the entire human race. But it will cause the Transformers a lot of suffering, and they won't be able to go home. Right? And he has the MacGuffin, and he's like, I'm going to destroy this MacGuffin now. And Optimus somehow, for no reason, shows up there. Because the whole reason he had the MacGuffin was the Transformers had to stop and fight off these bad guys. So there's no reason for Optimus Prime to be able to show up in the middle of this scene at all. But he just is there because apparently, like, 10 seconds after he says, run away, we'll defend this, we'll fight these people, he just comes back and he's, never mind, it's not my problem, somebody else will deal with it. And you're a little baffled by that because you're like, didn't you just say you were going to fucking fight? I guess not. And then he's like, I'm going to destroy this. This is like the actual dialogue. I'm going to destroy this and protect my family. And then Optimus Prime says, please, don't do it. And he stops for a second, and he's like, okay. And then that's it. That was it. That was all it took. It's just, please don't. There was no conversation. There was no argument. There was no logical, like, hey, I know that you want to protect your family, but you're destroying my chance at this or anything. There was no please of any kind. It was just, please don't. And I just was like, this is awful. Oh my god! But at that point, it's not that surprising because you're like, oh, this whole movie has just been a fucking joke.
Yep. The whole thing. None of it is good.
Oh my god! It was so that was just the best fucking moment.
The Lions and Packers game is fucking Amazon Prime, dude. Only on Amazon Prime. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I was talking about the Lions earlier, dude.
You can probably find it on
insane.
some sort of.
I don't remember that ever fucking happened.
A little more of an R-rated site, maybe. I'm sure there's other places you can watch. Are worried about.
My mom has Prime. Yeah, no, my mom has Prime, so.
Oh, then you're all
I'm in. I can watch it. I just thought that was fucking. I can't remember a fucking football game ever not being broadcast somewhere on TV, dude.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Well, TV maybe just doesn't have the money anymore.
Yeah, well, I think they're probably throwing a. God damn, he already threw an interception? Jesus fucking Christ.
Par for the course. Well, you said they're the worst team. So.
Yeah, it's odd. Well, no, they've been better. Again, towards the end of last year, just over the last 30 years overall. But last year, they actually won like 8 of their last 10 games, like barely missed the playoffs.
Okay.
But the quarterback had a third longest fucking, starting last year going into this year. He ended up having like the third longest pass attempts without throwing an interception. And now that's like the third one he's thrown already this year. All right, I'll stop. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know
what
any of that meant.
Yeah, no, that's why earlier I was talking about the whole psychological part of it because it's funny. the polar nature of all the fucking Lions fans. What else? What else is happening?
I don't know, not a whole lot.
Okay. Pink Girl.
I watched a fun
Okay.
Nicolas Cage movie. I mean, it was bad, but it's a Nicolas Cage movie, so
Which one?
you know, called Retirement Plan. It's a new one, like from this year.
Huh.
And it was kind of fun. It was just an action movie. It did some of the race stuff, the dumb race shit, but very, very small amounts. Because most of it was just, dumb action shit. And it was some lady, her and her boyfriend get, embroiled in this bad crime thing. And she sends her granddaughter to go visit her estranged grandfather. And he turns out to be like, the action star badass that kicking everybody's butts and saving the day and all that kind of shit. So, I mean, it was just a typical, but it was Nicolas Cage, so it's, it's funnier. But it's your typical sort of like, action film sort of thing.
Good for that guy. College Humor did a thing about his agent, because Nicolas Cage is one of those guys that seems to never say no to anything.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but I do know that he's has no social media. Like, he doesn't do Twitter,
Good for that
Facebook,
guy.
any of it. And I loved watching this interview where he was on YouTube doing a video, like, interview with somebody, and they were like, so what social media is like, I don't have any of that. It's poison. Why would I want it? What would it do for me? Fuck it. You're like, all right, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that is pretty refreshing nowadays.
I also like his response to, like, being a meme. They were like, have you ever considered trying to, like, take any actions against the people that use you as a meme? And he's like, what can I even do? Like, it's out there.
Yeah.
He's like, even if I wanted to, what would how would I even bother? Like, what would be the point? Nothing I do would ever change it.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I even care? It's like, oh, wow. So Nicolas Cage is, despite in films him
pretty
being
much the only thing you can do
absolutely
is make it worse.
fucking psychotic, he's apparently a very rational, intelligent person.
Right. He just plays a lunatic on the movie screen.
Which leads me to believe he must not have anything to do with Hollywood. I can't imagine.
Yeah, well, he's it's kind of crazy because like he's related to what is he, Francis Ford Coppola's nephew or something like
No,
that?
he's his son.
Oh, it's his son?
Yeah, Nicolas
Thought it was his
Cage,
nephew,
and then
dude.
Francis Ford Coppola's daughter. I forget who his daughter is. Hold on. Francis Ford Coppola had a son and a daughter that both went into acting, and neither used his name because neither one wanted to ride on his success.
Okay, I thought it was just an uncle or something like that.
I'm double checking.
Yeah, no, it is. It's his uncle, it looks like, or somebody. His father.
Oh, he's a
August
nephew. Okay, I thought he
Coppola,
was the daughter.
the professor of literature. No, I think his daughter did. I think you're right. Coppola's daughter, I forget her fucking name. There's it. His father, he is a nephew of director, and of actress Talia Shire. All right. Cousin of directors Roman Coppola and Sofia Coppola. Okay. All right, yeah, there's like 4 of them that are some form of moody. A director, film producer.
Well, at least I knew they were related. If I was wrong about what the relation was, my bad. But
Right.
that's I'm usually not that aware of that kind of shit. So
I have zero confidence in my memory, so I was double checking it too, dude.
oh yeah, well yeah, of course.
Right.
When you have access to all of the knowledge in the world in the palm of your hand, you might as well double check things
Yeah,
and not
give
just
it a
be
check.
fucking wrong sometimes if you can avoid it. Or at least not stay wrong.
So yeah,
if you
Sophia, I
get a
guess you
chance.
know. Yeah, so this, yeah, it looks like, I'm pretty sure Sophia is the one, that's his daughter. I
Yeah, you're
thought
right.
she was, I know he put it in The Godfather. I remember him putting it in one of his, just as a baby, I guess, as an infant, apparently. She was a baby in the movie. But yeah, I guess mostly she directs, she's a director too.
Oh yeah, that's got to be an easy sell.
Let's see what
What are your
IMDb.
qualifications? My dad is
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola, bitch. You know, like, oh, okay, well, there you go.
And here, take all the money.
Take all the money because we put your name on it. We're gonna make all the money back. So you know, every time it's gonna always be a yes.
Oh, she won an Oscar? Oh shit, good for her. As a director? Hold on. I assume it's as a director.
I have no idea.
Let's check it out. Nominee, winner. Best writing. Okay, I guess she wrote Lost in Translation. Have you seen Lost in Translation with Bill Murray?
Lost in Translation. I remember enjoying that film quite a lot. I've only watched it, I think, twice in total. Like, once I watched it because I'd never seen it before, and I was just a fan of Bill Murray, so I was like, alright, I'll watch this, and thinking it was going to be like a comedy. And it fucking was not a fucking comedy. It was not at all. It was a much more serious film, but it was very enjoyable. I enjoyed watching it. It was an interesting film. Scarlett Johansson kind of shows her titties in it for a little while, like, so that kept me occupied at least. It wasn't, entirely boring.
Nice.
I never really saw it.
Yeah, she actually wrote that, apparently. Or the screenplay, anyway. It says best writing original screenplay, so I assume that means she wrote it. It wasn't some weird just an adaptation of somebody else's.
I wonder if that was like from his personal
Good
experience.
for Francis Ford Coppola's daughter.
Her just having like a shitty romantic fling with some asshole in like a fucking hotel somewhere.
Maybe.
Could be.
But yeah, that was a good one. So I would say she deserved an award for that. Sure, why not? I mean, in as much as any of those films deserve awards. She certainly wasn't, like, lacking.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's sort of a bittersweet...
I'm the one.
It's supposed to be a comedy. I don't know that it's like laugh out loud funny or just kind of like Schadenfreude fucking funny, if that makes sense. Where you're like, yeah, I can fucking understand being that miserable. Yeah. Sort of dark comedy makes sense. Yeah. Of just like an older businessman who's traveling, who has an almost a romantic fling, like cheating on his wife with some girl he meets in a hotel. Like where they don't quite, but maybe they do, maybe they will, maybe they won't. The whole film, that's kind of like the tension line there. But certainly not terrible.
All right. Yeah, looks like it won some awards, or at least one.
Yeah. And Bill Murray is always just enjoyable
Good for
to
her.
watch. He may be, apparently a lot of people say he's a real piece of shit, but, he's definitely entertaining as fuck to watch on a film, so, I don't have to deal with him, so I don't care if he's mean or not. It doesn't matter to me. Not my fucking concern.
Yeah, he's one that I've heard kind of both sides, dude. Like he's gonna be like super cool and then a complete asshole to some. So
my guess is
mildly shitty person.
He has little to no tolerance for people blowing smoke up his ass. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can see that. He's a no nonsense kind of guy.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, like, I think if you go and you see Bill Murray and you're like, oh my god, it's Bill Murray, I need to get a picture, can I sign this, blah, 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 and you, like, fucking, you harass him, he's probably got zero tolerance. He's probably like, I've fucking been there, I've done this, it's fucking obnoxious, and I don't like it anymore. Whereas if you're just like, oh, Mr. Murray, I'm a huge fan, pleasure to meet you, I'll not fucking harass you and I'll just get out of your hair, I just wanted to say thanks for, making all those movies, appreciate it, kind of thing. then you probably have a better experience.
Yeah. Yeah, or I've also heard stories of him like fucking just grabbing a fry, like being in a, whatever restaurant, McDonald's or
Being a
whatever, and him
rascal.
just grabbing somebody's fry.
Being a
Yeah,
rascal,
yeah, he grabs it and he basically will eat the fry and it'd be like, and basically he would just tell him nobody's gonna believe you. He would like just eat one of their fries and be like, go ahead and tell people. Nobody's gonna believe you. Nobody's gonna believe Bill Murray just walked up and ate one of your fries.
Yep, exactly. So then that's why I don't care, you know. Tom Cruise is out of his fucking mind. I don't give a shit.
Funny.
He's great to watch in fucking all sorts of movies. He's fucking hilarious. You know, great line. He delivers the lines right.
Dude, if Bill Murray walked up and ate one of my fries, that would be the fucking highlight, dude, of my life. Well, maybe not. Okay, maybe but I would fucking love that. I would love that to happen.
It's the moment that you would dine out on for a while. If that makes, I think that's the way I would put it. like you would dine out on it for a while because it's like you would tell people about it and they would be like, "Oh, that's fucking hilarious," and you know.
Yeah, and just to hear people say like, "Oh, yeah, no, he was right." I read your story. Anyway.
Oh yeah, where they'd be like, "Nah, you're right. I don't believe you."
You're right, or he's right. If it happened, he's right. If it didn't, then you're bullshitting me.
Yeah.
You're right to have him pretend to say that.
What was that? There was.
Yeah, I guess my son got suckered into an overnight fucking graveyard shift because he's basically part time, but like he basically told everybody there like, hey, if you want me to pick up a shift, just let me know, I'll fucking do it. And basically the girl was like, yeah, you want to pick up my 10 to 4 shift? And turns out
10 p.m. to 4 a.m.
She said 10 a.m. Yeah,
not 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yeah. I've been in those shoes before. Where you're just not paying enough attention.
He said that she told him for at 10 a.m. I think he just assumed it, and she really should have pointed it out. So it was kind of shitty, probably, but whatever.
Well, he already agreed it. Doesn't matter after that. Whether you intended to or not, once you've said you'll do it, you're too late to fucking back out. And you've learned a valuable lesson. If that person fucks with you, you know, they're only going to pull that that's only going to work once. You know what I mean? Like that works one time and then it never works again.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, hopefully.
Never.
Yeah. So I volunteered to take the pupper overnight. Unless he wants to pick it up at 4:01. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna let him sit in a cage for fucking, you know what I mean? Even if he's sleeping, I still don't want him in a fucking cage that long.
That is the weirdest thing to me. We've had dogs in our family years and years and years. Unless they were very young puppies and it was dangerous to leave them out of the cage, we would never put them in a cage while we were gone. Like, they would have the free run of the house.
Most people can't.
Yeah, if it was different. Yeah, again, if his mom and his brothers actually interacted with the dog.
Yeah, no, it's just weird to me that anybody keeps their dog in a cage because I'm just so unused to that. It's.
Oh, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, dude.
It's like the people that never let their cats outside the house. I don't understand that unless you have a real reason, like you live in an area where, like, yeah, if I leave the cat outside, it's fucking dead. You know, like the coyotes are going to get it or something.
Like coyotes or something.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I've never understood like why you would do that. It's like doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Not my dog. Because you're not the only one who keeps, or that's not the only dog who gets kept in a cage occasionally. That I've heard about.
Dude, because I watch shit and they're like, oh yeah, no, they're fine. Just don't leave them in there for longer than 7 hours. I'm like, 7 hours? What the fuck, dude?
God damn.
Like, that seems like
just because the dog can't say, please, dear God, kill me, don't put me back in that fucking box, doesn't mean that they need to be in that box for 7 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's why if it's gonna be any, whenever my son's gonna, I try to make it less than an hour that he has to be in the cage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it says, I'll be home by 10. I'll be like, all right, I'll drop him off after 9.
Yeah. Makes sense. I can understand for short periods of time.
Oh yeah.
Or if you had a dog that's like destructive,
he-
like you left it out once and it started eating the fucking couch and destroying your fucking
Yeah, well,
shoes.
he
and...
might. Yeah. The thing with Goldens tend to stay in the puppy phase for a couple of years, 2-3 years apparently. And they love chewing shit. Like, you know what I mean? They have to be like it, whether it's a stick or a rock or whatever weird shit. Dude, he chews everything, dude. So if you leave him alone, and again, goddamn, dude. Yeah, again, it would be one thing if his mom would interact with the dog, but she obviously resents the dog for her inability to tell him no when he asked if he could get a dog.
Oh, she didn't want him to get a dog, but she couldn't say no because, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because I'm like, you know what I would have said if I didn't want him to get a dog?
No.
I would have said no. But it's the dog's fault, apparently.
It's like my brother the other day was asking me, and he was very polite about it. He was asking if we could switch parking spaces where we normally park. And he would park close to the house because he doesn't like being under the tree because it makes his car dirty. And I'm like, no, I don't want to make it like a longer walk for me when it's already tough for me walking to take the groceries.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no. I didn't just say, okay, I guess, because I felt obligated and then I would feel, mad about it later.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I just say no.
Yeah, I've got a horribly fucked up bag. I'm going to make it as short as possible.
Well, and it's like I have a legitimate reason. If I didn't have a reason, I would be like, whatever, fuck it, who cares? It's one space or another. But it's like, no, I don't want to carry things even farther than I'm already carrying them now.
Yeah, no, like you said, as messed up as your back is. Yeah, was he pissed?
No, he was alright with it, actually. He actually was okay with it. It's like, I see what you're saying. You don't want to carry the groceries farther than you're already carrying them. Fair enough.
Yeah, that definitely should outrank him not wanting his car to get a little deep.
Yeah, and I appreciated that. I appreciated that he asked, and he was fine with it.
Cool.
And my mom needs to park her car in the driveway because it's plug-in electric, so she's got to charge it up. So not really an option to move that one. Though I do think depending on the situation and the finances. After my mom passes, I may remove like part of her garden and make a little bigger driveway to like park both our cars in the fucking driveway.
Right.
So that we don't have to worry about the neighbors and where they park, and it just doesn't even matter.
Yeah, weren't you saying your neighbors snake your spot all the time?
All the
snake your
time.
parking spots
all the fucking time. And the only thing is, there's other places they can park where it won't inconvenience people. It's just a slightly longer walk for them. So that's what makes it really fucking annoying.
Yeah, I don't understand that mentality, dude. It's like people that'll pull their fucking car up to the fucking entrance of like a grocery store or something and like load their car right there and shit.
Yeah, where they're just blocking everyone and they don't give a fuck. How rude it is.
And again, no handicap place or anything. Yeah. I don't understand that mentality, dude.
Yeah, never makes sense to me either, but that's how people are, man. It sucks. Sucks.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I didn't watch the 13-year-old taking the gun from his mom or whatever. I did not get to watch it.
Oh, okay. So the situation
I guess it's kind of
was
self-explanatory. The mom kind of froze up, and
there were people
grabbed the gun
actively
and shot
breaking
the
into the house through the window, trying to break in through the house through the window.
Mm-hmm.
Mom froze up, wouldn't shoot him. Kid takes the gun from mom and shoots the guy several times. And I was like, that woman better give him like ice cream for dinner for the next couple of days, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever the fuck he wants.
Right? Exactly. If ever anyone has earned a dinner of ice cream sundae for dinner, it was that kid.
I'm not surprised.
But, you know, and good for that kid. And I like that the story got out there and got a lot of attention because, you know, it's good for people to hear stories about people using guns to save themselves, to protect other people, which is the majority of gun use in the United States. It is not majority use like... guns are not used in the majority for harming anyone. You know, like in general, that's a very small percentage of the amount of things that guns are used for.
Yeah, and even a lot of those are fucking people with guns illegally. Shit.
Right? Exactly. Yeah,
For all the ones that they're wanting gun control for.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, the guns came from other states. That doesn't matter. The point is, your state is incredibly unsafe because everybody who's legally following the law isn't armed to protect themselves, and all the criminals have all these guns to harm those people. Like, you're just making our point that much more valid when you say guns came from other states.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the guns are always going to come from somewhere
else.
Yeah,
mindset is bizarre to me.
Like, that's why it's a problem.
Yeah, the mindset of, like, they think... that they seem to think that the people that get guns illegal stop because it's no longer legal to get them.
Well, they don't have any control over the illegal guns. They only have control over the people who have guns. So that's the only way you can actually implement this kind of stuff. And the whole goal is depopulation. Well, that and chaos and control. I was reminded earlier today about because this kind of stuff's happened before, believe it or not. You just don't hear about it too much. Like back in the Middle East, in highly Islamic cities, you're going to find really beautiful buildings, really old buildings. But they're beautiful, well done, built structures and all that. And if you learn the history of them, they used to be schools and universities, and now they're like hotspots of like religious fanaticism, deeply held like religious things, and you can see photos from like the 1970s. That's about as far as it goes.
Yeah. If you look at like photos of Iran and Iraq in the 70s, it just looks like any normal place in the U.S.
They had women in like lab coats and universities. They didn't wear burqas. They didn't wear any of this stuff. They were quite an advanced culture and everything. And but then something happened, and we lost communication. They isolated themselves, and then it became. And we didn't really think much or hear anything much about that until like 9/11. And you look back to it now, it's like things went downhill fast, and you wonder what happened. And the people there don't even know these buildings used to be universities. I don't know what they did to them, but yeah, they used these buildings are now like all this kind of stuff. And essentially, what happened, as far as we can tell, is like very violent people came in there and essentially took control of the situation. Well, think of today's situation. What exactly do we see? Migrants. The UK is filled with Islamic migrants.
Yep.
Deeply held religious beliefs.
And the same shit is going on with incredible violence going on all over the UK from the migrants.
Exactly. And Italy has this kind of thing going on right now because there was an island that had like a population, like somewhere in Italy, there was an island out there, and they had a population of 6,000 people. Well, then it's just all of a sudden the day comes in there and they drop off a bunch of migrants, and how many of them? 6,000, all male, all military aged. And so I think what the goal is that they're going to go in there, they're going to get violent, they're going to dominate the population, which is what the idea is, and then they're going to convert them into a deeply held religious kind of thing that could be easily manipulated by a fundamentalist religious group. That's the idea. Happening everywhere in Europe, which is the whole thing that's happening in that regards, and they're trying to do the same thing here. Here in my neck of the woods, here in Canada, same thing is happening. So you're surrounded by very violent military-age people who can actually take it over and implement this new thing. It happened in Iraq. It could easily happen here, and that's the plan. That's why they're not stopping the immigration, because they're sending them all over here.
Yep.
So I'm just saying that's probably what's happening. And the irony of it is like if I had to pick a safe spot, like if I was to say like where's a place you should probably go, I'd say go if you want to like try and get away from this, you should probably move to Dubai. And it's a section or like a city or an area. It is an Islamic kind of thing, but they've moved all the violent people out. All the religious fundamentals. And Dubai is like way Canada used to be. You know, it's like yeah, you can have other religious beliefs, just don't be out and about with it. Like don't go around preaching the gospel in like the town square or nothing. They're totally happy to have you come over. You want to start a business, and they have virtually no taxes. So you want to start a business and make money, go for it. Especially if you do it online. They ain't gonna do shit. You want to sell something, go for it. Which is the weird state that we're in right now.
Yep. And the whole thing is nutty.
Well, I think when they talk about the Great Reset, I think this is it. They're going to disarm the population, move in this violent kind of stuff, and they're going to destroy the culture that's around it, and then they're going to raise up this other culture, and then they're going to control and manipulate. And I think the Middle East and those parts of the area, they're going to control and manipulate them, and with China's help and that kind of stuff, and they're going to destroy us. That's the idea. The only thing that's saving you guys is that you have your Second Amendment, you still have your guns. Like, Democrats and Biden and stuff, they're doing everything they can to disarm you people. Don't let them do it. I'm just saying, if you don't got yourself some firearms and some freedom, I'd say exercise that immediately. Don't even like. I don't want to hear from you for like a month, and then when you come back, I want to hear that you guys have a whole whack of guns and shit.
Yeah, really.
That's the thing. It's a lot harder for me here in Canada, because it's there were all these new gun restrictions have come in there. I mean, I can get the license. That shouldn't be a problem, but to actually own a firearm of any kind, next to impossible. So, yeah, that's the state that we're in, which is weird because the people who can get them have them, and people who are interested in hunting have skyrocketed because you look at the state of Canada right now, where like the price of everything is skyrocketing. People can't afford to feed themselves. Interest in hunting has gone up quite a lot. People who don't normally hunt, don't normally look at, are doing it mostly because it's like probably the only way you're gonna get any food.
Yeah, I was gonna say, a fucking rifle, a box of ammunition, and you can have enough meat that you're saving, well in excess of the amount of money that you would end up having to spend on that much meat if you just bought it instead of hunted for it.
If you hunted for
it's a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah,
you go out in the woods, you fuck around with your buddies, you fucking shoot a couple of deer, and everybody has some brews, after the campfire at night. Obviously you're not, hunting while you're fucking high as balls, but there's a lot of things you can do to enjoy the trip as well, other than just the getting the meat out of it.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to say, study some hunting, do what you can do. Definitely, it's something I need to do, but I have a few other things on my plate I got to deal with first. But it's on my list of high importance. So along with getting my learners, because Lord knows I put that off all my life. I'm almost in my 40s. And I haven't even done this yet.
Oh, you don't have a driver's license?
No, never had need to.
Oh, were you in a big enough city that there's public transportation and stuff and?
Yeah, I can get anywhere.
Okay, I can understand that.
I mean, the only thing is that the public transit's starting to get kind of shitty because they did some renovations and some updates to the routes, and they're all terrible. They're just terrible. It's like sometimes if I wanted to go to the downtown, it used to be one bus there, one bus back. You're good to go. Now I need to transfer 3 different buses just to get to the downtown, and it's taking longer. Used to be like at most 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. on there, it's like an hour and a half just to get downtown, and I didn't move to a place that's that far away. The public transit right now is so incompetent, and I still wonder why. Like, the roads haven't really changed, the location haven't changed. You just changed what buses I need to take. It's absolutely annoying.
That's a shame.
I'm so like every day if I have to go see my friends, because we usually go downtown to catch a movie. It's so fucking annoying. Not to mention if I try to go on like Google Maps, which is like I shouldn't even bother doing that, because it keeps telling me to go to this new transit station and then take the train. The train isn't up and running yet. The train is at least 2 years delayed, but Google Maps keeps telling me to take the trains. I'm like, fuck it. If it's telling me to take the train, I'm not even gonna do that. It's absolutely insane.
The train is dangerous, or is it just totally waste of time?
It's not operational. It's been in development for it was supposed to be up and running like 5 years ago. It's still not working.
Oh, fun times.
But Google Maps is telling me to take it. I'm like, how am I supposed to take it? It's not operational yet. And Google Maps has no idea, because everything's been delayed for years. They've been testing it for over 5 years. So I don't know. I'm so mad. I wish it was just working. Wish everything would just work. Which is another reason why
I live in California. We're like little Canada.
Yeah. Well, it's just another reason why I need to actually just start driving.
Here's one of the ones. They just built a railway between a bunch of cities that are not that big, south of San Francisco, so you can get to the Bay Area, like, if you want to get to Oakland or San Francisco, or these cities where a lot of people have jobs that they commute to. Mm-hmm. But and they just got a federal grant for like $40 million, but if we don't approve a sales tax increase, they're gonna run out of money and have to cancel the fucking thing. It's like, what the fuck? Like, didn't you just get $40 million from fucking Uncle Sam, and now you can't fucking keep it going without more money? Like, what the fuck? Like, how much more money do you need, asshole? Like, we only got so much money in our pockets. We got a fucking bit of sales tax increase now?
Well, you're in California. I'm not surprised.
So I'm just saying, it's like similar levels of just like, what the fuck is going on with this nonsense? Why can't it just work? Like, it doesn't need to be this ludicrously complicated.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. It is ridiculous.
Oh man, so I'm doing a COVID test live on the air.
Oh, I would not do that if I were you. Or unless, do you need to do it
I'm waiting for the results. I have to take it for work, so because I work at a group home, if I have it, I really cannot go join them there. That would be exceptionally unacceptable.
See, the COVID test that they're handing out right now is just designed to try and increase panic, because I almost guarantee you it's going to come back positive.
Well, I have to. If it comes back positive, I got to go down to the doctor and get like the more thorough one. But either way, it's just my mom has COVID. She tested positive, so I got to fucking check before I go to work, or I could get fired. So it's like, because I'm working in group home. I mean, hell, at this point, I don't even know that they wouldn't necessarily try to fucking charge me with something criminal, even though that would be ridiculous, because it's, fucking cold or whatever, but either way, I like being employed, and I like being employed to sleep. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to keep that job for now, at least.
At least you're going to try.
Yep. Oh, I'll be fine. We don't even do, we used to do, everybody takes their temperature every day. We did that for, until, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. They were still in, heavy panic mode for a long time. The guy who's, the big muckety-muck for the company, the guy that runs the whole thing, for the board is really fucking dumb when it comes to, COVID. He has no idea what's going on in reality. He's just He thinks it's some sort of black plague that's going to kill us all.
Fair enough. Hey, I gotta head out gaming, streaming, and so I should probably show up. I've been here for a while.
Tell him I said hey.
Will do. All right, talk to you later.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. He's smooth.
Peace. Get to find out if I'm there in the coop or not. You might have to take a test too now.
Yeah. Internet fucking COVID.
Yeah. Internet viruses. I mean, you have a VPN, right?
No. God damn it.
Ah, son of a bitch, you got COVID too. It's worse than COVID 1. It's the sickening, the sequel to COVID 2 or COVID 1. Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot about my fucking... Sorry, I was scrolling through. I forgot about the video of me, the grandpuppy, and his obsession with the neighbors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I posted a video like a week ago. Yeah, dude. Oh, fuck. Cause, yeah, I'll bring him out when I'm... And yeah,
dude, I don't think I have
80% of the time.
It's starting to look like I probably don't, unless something changes drastically.
Cold. Well, that's good.
Well, it's not surprising. My immune system is fucking insane. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, mine too, man. Yeah, because I don't do anything to maintain my smoke and all that. I haven't gotten sick since what? December of 2019, like when I got here. I don't think I've been sick since then, actually.
Exactly.
Almost 4 years. Actually, I probably have, but yeah, it's like maybe once a year, usually every couple years. Sounds like you're in a similar boat.
Yeah, I'm very rarely sick unless I'm exposed to like small children. Because they tend to fucking pick everything up and bring it from like schools and stuff. So like, the only times most of the time I would get sick is when I was still stuck going to high school, or like I had to go. What do you call it? I'm trying to think of the word. They're not coming.
The thing? Sorry, I wasn't sure.
When I had to go take my sister to daycare every day and all that kind of shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, when I had to take her to like daycare, and, like, I would be exposed to like a lot of fucking germs then too. Because there's a lot of people that they got to go to work. The kid might have the sniffles, but they're not going to keep them home from school or anything like that.
Yep. Yeah, they are just breeding grounds for fucking transmission of that shit. Yeah, and I guess, your job, you're not really directly interacting with a whole lot of people.
No, it's the same 12 people, and they don't really go do a lot of stuff, you know? Like, they'll go to the corner shop and get, like, cigarettes and coffee once in a while. And once in a blue moon, they might take them to go see a film or something, or go bowling. But that's, once every couple of months, Because we've been so low staffed for so long, and COVID stopped a lot of the outings. There used to be outings every week, where they would take them to the beach, to take them to see a movie, go bowling, go do mini golf. Be like one thing they did every week that was just something to go out and do for fun. But now that they don't have like half the staff, it's like, well, you can't. There are not enough people to drive enough vehicles to take all 12 guys to whatever event they might want to, participate in. Because a lot of the times you'll get like, 6 dudes want to go to the beach. The other 6 dudes are like, yeah, fuck you, baseball's on. I want to stay home and watch baseball. I'm not going. So then you got, if you have enough staff, you have somebody to stay home and watch the guys that are hanging out at the house, and somebody to take the rest of them to the beach. So,
but due to the COVID and the staffing issues.
Yeah, I mean, they just fired one of my favorite dudes for, I don't know why, but yeah, it sucks, man. they're bringing in some new people. I saw some new names on the schedule, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, the overtime's nice, but man, if you have to do that all the fucking for like months on end, that shit'll even if you're sleeping at work, dude, it's still gonna fucking wear on you.
Yeah. Well, you know what
I would imagine.
I've done is I'm taking naps. So I will try to take a nap even if I can't sleep. Like this afternoon, I ended up kind of not paying enough attention to the time last night. Got having too much fun chatting with some people that I just met, and ended up staying up till like 2:33 in the morning instead of like going to bed around midnight when I usually like to, because I try not to get too far off my work schedule on my days off unless I have to. Like, you know, it's not that I can't stay up late, it's just fucking obnoxious to try to switch it back and forth all the time, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second there. A little fucking belch try to fucking work its way out. It's just easier to stay with my regular schedule and just not change my bedtime all the time. You get better sleep, I find, when you try to keep a consistent schedule. Although I did see some fucking joker on a fucking YouTube short video talking about like, no, the 7 to 8 hours thing being the healthiest amount of sleep for you is a myth. That's totally made up. It's like, no, it really, really fucking isn't. Like, they've even done studies and like people who get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day like live longer. Like, like it really isn't a small thing. It's a big deal. It really can affect you quite a lot. But you know, like that weight loss guy. That weight loss guy. I remember I sent you a fucking thing about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's no line at all. Okay, so I don't have it. Damn it. That sucks.
Yeesh. What the fuck is going on?
Not fair, man. I wanted to have COVID.
Wow. Yeah. Anything else? Any other pressing?
Any other what?
Any other pressing needs?
No.
Pressing issues? Yeah, it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah. No, I know. I just got my test was scheduled to read at 6 o'clock, and I don't have COVID, so I don't get to take the time off. I'm not happy about that. I wouldn't have minded like a couple of days off. I'll take 4 or 5 fucking days off. Thank you. But now I just got to text my boss and be like, hey, you know, my mom has COVID. She's separating herself from the rest of the family in a room because she has her own bathroom in there. That's just what she's going to do. Like,
if you can get
nothing to do with me.
A day off.
Well, all I know is that she's going to do that no matter what. So, like, I won't get the days off. I'll just have to go to work. If my test had been positive, I could have gone and followed up and got one at Kaiser. But I think I'm going to cancel the one at Kaiser because if this one's negative, there's no real reason to take one again. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I may not even contact my
work.
All right, so.